out they had major blockages that led to surgery that saved their lives. So get with Life Imaging FLA and book your free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening. Early detection does save lives. Remember, no dyes. You don't take your clothes off. The entire process only takes a few minutes. Pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You'll be connected in seconds. Make that call today. Make this the year you finally take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
This safe driving message is brought to you by the Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt and JustCallMo.com. Whether it's the holiday season or any season, Mo encourages you to be considerate of other drivers and especially watch out for motorcycles. It's a busy time of year. Tourists are everywhere. Remember that someone is counting on you, so arrive safely. Saving 30 seconds that can cost you everything is simply not worth it. Injured in an accident? Call Mo at 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MO. Or visit JustCallMo.com. Be safe and enjoy this season.
Be inspired, be confident, be trailblazing, and become the face of success. At Valencia College, everyone gets an opportunity to achieve their goals with affordable tuition and advisors who will guide you every step of the way. Be a Puma. Become the pride of your family and your community. Apply now at valenciacollege.edu. Classes start January 6th.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Shipley Donuts. Now open on South Cimarron Boulevard.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Tuesday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day, and we do have a banger for you this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there. Double do that at 3:20 with JCS News. 4 o'clock hour, it's What'd You Do That's New, and we are going to go over...
Oh, man.
We are going to go over one of the more fun selections of this year, the rockumentary or documentary, D-O-C-K. Jack says it. You have to say that every single time.
You do.
It's about the HBO Max documentary about Yacht Rock that was surprisingly good. We'll go over that in the 4 o'clock hour. 5 o'clock, It's Only Money with our buddy Scott Brown. Plus, we have trivia, TSO tickets on the line as well. We'll end it up with You Heard It Here First. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Miss Deborah Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Are we live today?
407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. Find us on social, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On X, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out on YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe. That'll be your little Christmas gift to us, if you don't mind me being so bold. That helps us out quite a bit. Does not cost you anything.
No, it's absolutely free.
And you can leave a talkback if you'd like. Actually, just get that iHeartRadio app and go to Real Radio. You'll see that like that little microphone. Use that to send your comment to Jack, and we will get you on the air. Radio Superstardom is right around the corner for you. It's just that simple. It takes no dedication. One little viral comment, and you're off. You're good to go.
That's it.
You too
Seems the way it works.
You too get a hoodie.
Yeah, exactly.
How's everybody's weekend? Everybody good?
Good, yeah.
Yeah, good weekend.
Busy.
Beautiful weather weekend.
It really
that's for
was.
sure. A little chilly. Played golf on Saturday morning. Teed it up, and it was a nice toasty 42 degrees outside in lovely Lake County, Florida.
Yum.
So you could see your breath until about hole 8. That was a hoot. I literally played in ski pants.
Did you really?
Well, I have these neoprene ski, like you wear under your bib. It's like a wind protection.
Oh, you're talking about long johns, my friend.
They're kind of like long johns. They don't have that same. They don't have
the waffling.
They don't have the trap door. These are like neoprene. They're
Don't
like,
you have the Long Johns we got in New York
no, God,
that we bought
no.
together?
Oh, those are the ones, Jack.
Really?
Those are the exact ones.
Oh, wow. From 2001.
From
Deb.
2001.
Whoa,
That's how
20
good of a, guess how much they were, though. Because there were no Long Johns in New York City. You couldn't find those images anywhere. We had to go to like some super high fancy sports store.
Not only
Oh.
that, we were actually for the Orlando Rage in New Jersey for the game, but
Yeah.
because it was a Sunday game and because of blue laws, you couldn't. They don't sell clothing in New Jersey. We had to go over the bridge into New York City
What?
to get Long Johns.
And Jack had to drop.
I have never heard of that.
Yeah.
Jack had to drop me off in front of this sports store
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
17,000 stories. I'll give you one guess where the stuff I needed was. Yeah, that's right. 17th floor.
Probably $150.
It was $110.
Whoa, and that was 23 years ago.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, these are no joke. And I'm telling you, they don't even have a snag in them. They're so good. They have
Well,
saved my arse so much.
This is the exact same day that Dale Earnhardt died.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I got did that. What do you guys do this weekend?
Blue laws. Literally, you can't buy clothes.
Yeah, I forgot when I went up recently. It's Sundays. Malls are shut. There's a lot you can't buy. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I've
Hey,
heard.
but you can commit crime.
Right.
You can. Don't get it twisted. You can still commit plenty of crimes if you'd like up there in Jersey on Sundays.
Not a lot of people asking permission for that.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Jack, you had a very busy weekend.
Oh
Man.
man, yeah.
Jack did not stop moving from Friday after the show until last night around 10:30, I'm assuming.
I got home, about 10 or 9:30 or so.
Yeah, I was going to say. So Jack Friday night went to see Brian Regan, a legendary clean comic. He was at the Dr. Phillips Center.
My weekend was so busy I couldn't remember what I did Friday night until he told me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He went over to Brian Regan. I was a little jealous of that because I've been a Brian Regan fan for many, many years. And if you'll remember, I thought we were going to have a shot at interviewing him.
Yeah.
And I was agog about possibly talking to Brian Regan because he doesn't do a lot of media, and he is a really super funny guy.
I could have given you extra seats that we did not give away because we had a bunch to give away. I don't know if you could handle the altitude sickness, though.
Oh.
I get scared up there, Jack. You got to be careful.
It's the furthest I've ever been in the Walt Disney Theater at the Dr. Phillips Center. It was the second to last row.
Oh, man.
And it's funny because it's a beautiful building. I think it's
and up there you
Orlando's.
can see all of it.
It's Orlando's coolest building,
It
but
is.
inside that theater, that high up, what they have, it's not like sails, but it's, I don't know, canvas that's tied off to these wood beams, and that's the whole look. I don't know. It kind of has a nautical look. I think
Kinda.
it's beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
But it's weird being at the very top of that, looking, and you can see. I was like, "Oh, look at it from
Yeah.
this view.
Yeah,
It's a whole different
Wow.
view."
The infrastructure up there, you can see that. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Good
But
show, though?
it was a fun show. He had a great opener. Don't remember her name, but it was fun. You know,
Yeah.
you kind of know what you're getting with Brian Regan. It's funny stuff. He works clean, as you mentioned. Not that there's anything wrong with
And
that.
it's not like jokes or anything. He like
Yeah.
tells stories that make fun of himself. A lot of self-deprecating
He
stuff.
does. I didn't realize he's on Louder Milk.
Yes.
Because a part of the intro, they mentioned that he's on that. When he came out, from my vantage point, to me, if I had to guess, if someone said, guess who that is, I would have guessed Dave Letterman.
Yeah. Oh, he has a beard and stuff
He now has a full white beard to
Oh,
go with his
wow.
white hair.
Wow.
Yeah. And from that distance, you couldn't see facial features.
Oh, yeah,
but,
yeah, for
you
sure.
know, but you know what? I'll tell you one thing about wherever you sat. I've never been at a show where the sound was more perfect.
Yeah, it's always good there.
And for a comedy show,
that's
that's
as good
all
as you get,
need.
right? Good crowd?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say maybe 85% full.
Good. That's good. I mean, he's been in the game a long time.
And what's amazing about the Dr. Phillips Center is, they opened Steinmetz Hall.
Yeah.
That's another full venue in there. And they also have Judson's Live. All three had events on.
Oh, wow.
You
wouldn't even know it.
You wouldn't know it
No.
next door. I mean, the sound is amazing that there's no bleed over. And the only reason I knew is because parking was a little more, it was a little busier And, so it was like, all right, let's go. It was a little chilly, too. It's like,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Walk faster, honey. Walk faster.
And then Saturday, you went out to the Paws and Claws thing.
Boom, Seminole County. This is a fun event. This is the second year we helped promote them. I had to take one cat.
To see if you could get rid of it.
When you have three, you got to pick one. Okay, what one's the most likely to run away? Grab them.
Right. Exactly. Right. Exactly.
And we went there, and it was by Fort Mellon Park, and that was another just gorgeous day.
Could not get better.
The pet carrier and just walked up. They had a giant. I shot a little video there, posted it. They had one of those giant bumbles with that would be roaring from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The bumble.
It's giant, right? Those things are huge.
And it's funny because every time it would roar, all the people with dogs and cats, they're like, they weren't as keen on it as the kids were.
Oh yeah, thing will steal your teeth. You got to be careful.
But pet services with Seminole County, it was $5 rabies shots and $5 microchipping.
Did the rabies shot hurt?
For your, it did a little. They got me like I was prepared for it. They put a little numbing agent on.
Lidocaine?
Yeah. But I tell you what, really was a bear, that microchip, right? Right behind my ear.
But now she knows where you are all the time. That's going.
It's fair.
For your safety,
it's only
of course,
fair.
has nothing to do with anything else.
But a dog or cat, anyone, unbelievable deal.
Good crowd.
Got to take care of that. People walking around, a vendor set up, and we got a picture with Santa. I put it on my personal Instagram, Yankee Jack, at Yankee Jack.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So Lucky.
Weird.
Lucky was the lucky one.
It's weird. Yeah. It's an
Doing
odd
a cat.
It's an odd photograph, buddy.
Yeah.
It's a sweet photo.
It's an odd photograph taking a picture with Santa with your pet. That's weird. That's a
I've done it with every pet.
That's a very bizarre
So
thing.
here's the deal. People have to make the choice. Is it Santa and the pet only? Or are we in it? And I'm thinking, let's be in it. Also, because it's a cat. Lucky is pretty chill for a cat. He's a couple years old, but he's more like a hairpiece. He just kind of flops down, and he's good to go. But just in case, he decides to take off, I figured I'd be there to play defense. And so we got in the picture. I got my Yankee Santa hat on and my cool shades.
And then you went to the Bucks game.
And then
what did I do? What a day!
I know.
What a weekend!
I'm exhausted.
And then he goes to the Bucks game.
No. Saturday night, took my daughters to Dave & Buster's.
Nice.
Absolutely. We ate and then played some games.
All right. So are you going to have a Christmas now?
My sister, my daughter spent $20 to win two.
Erasers, pencil erasers.
No, Star Trek cards.
Oh, very nice.
The other daughter spent $20 to win a pencil eraser.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That's the best gig out there. I would like to have a Dave & Buster's in my house.
Well, what you can do is
$6,000 a second.
So what you can do is, and I spotted that we ordered our food because it was busy. We ordered our food right away, and then I'm looking through all the cards they leave on the table, and I saw the combo meal. Good, any day, any time.
Oh,
I'm combo meal.
Get it.
And if you get a certain thing, you get the drink, and you get like a $10 play card. And for a small fee more, you can upgrade it to a $20 play card. I'm like, we're already getting the food. Why not just get this card for free? So I'm like, can you change it? She's like, no problem. So we got our play cards, and then we got to do a little bit of gaming after, and that was fun.
Yeah. That's always a good time.
Then woke up Sunday, Captain's Log Radio, and as soon as that ended, my wife and I got in the car, and we headed to Tampa.
God, dog, dude, what a weekend.
I know.
Traffic both ways.
It's a nightmare. And this time of year is the worst.
Sucks. Yeah. Where is that damn train? We need that train. Thanks, Rick Scott.
Dude, that game got over at 4:30, and you didn't get home until 10 o'clock at night?
What?
No, that was last night. I got home late. We got home about 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah,
because we stopped to visit my daughter, and I went to Mr. 01 Pizza. Now, Fayez reviewed this on the show, the Lake Mary one. They have one open in Sand Lake. Absolutely fantastic.
Oh, really? Yeah.
The Star Pizza.
Yeah.
I didn't get the one with the coffee grounds, but I got some different variations, and that was awesome.
Damn, that's awesome.
That was a lot of fun. And then then yesterday I worked all day, but then went out to dinner.
Damn, dude. God almighty. I feel like a complete loser. What'd you do this weekend?
Let's go.
You have 1 minute.
And time's up.
Yeah, I know. Yep, time's up. Yeah, Chris and I hung out most of the weekend. He had the Christmas parade and a concert on Saturday. And then yesterday we went to St. Augustine.
That's awesome.
Saw the Night of Lights.
Is it nice?
Ooh.
It is beautiful.
Crowded out there, too, right?
I was surprised for a Monday how busy St. Augustine was. I've heard don't even bother trying to get there on a weekend night to check out their Christmas lights.
Dude, all my peeps from home will tell you straight up. They go to the edge of town and then Uber into downtown. They
Yeah,
don't
it's
even
crazy.
they don't even try to go down there and park.
My wife and I have been to St. Augustine a few times, and I've never been there for the Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah,
Wow,
it's-
you definitely
crazy.
want to check it out.
Yeah.
And you guys had a light up Mount Dora on the Christmas walk in Mount Dora on
Christmas
Friday night.
walk on Friday night, so all the streets in Mount Dora were shut down so people could walk around and do their shopping. There was dancing Christmas trees. There was a
God
woman
dang.
who almost hit me with her car.
I did nothing. I played stupid golf.
That's the way a weekend's supposed
I
to
made
be.
a pot of chili and played stupid golf.
Waiting 23-year-old long johns.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. God. My life sucks. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. There is literally so much to talk about. I could never even possibly even tease what we have coming up today. There is a whole bunch out there. But what do you have for news for us?
Well, we're going to talk about CVS removing their executives' photos from their website. Recent hurricanes potentially increased the spread of invasive wildlife. And it's Merriam-Webster's turn to reveal its word of the year. We'll talk about that and more coming up next during JCS News.
You got it. All right, 407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. If you'd like to leave a talk bag, that's easy as well. Get the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and then use that mic to send your comment right over to Jack. Back in a sec with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
This dude, Matt Rife, I think he's an odd-looking dude. I don't find it. Look, he ain't my kind of man. I don't find him attractive.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Traffic is slow in the usual spots on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area. For those traveling between Osceola Parkway and Central Florida Parkway, looking at delays southbound on the turnpike due to a disabled vehicle blocking the shoulder near County Road 33. A disabled vehicle is also blocking the shoulder on I-4 eastbound near the 535 exit. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by thenicklygroup.com.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenicklygroup.com.
Man, when it comes to this time of year, you certainly want to be around for as many of these special occasions as possible. Of course, Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's and all those wonderful things that happen with friends and family this time of year. This is how you do it. You get over to Life Imaging FLA and get that free life scan. That's exactly what you do. Here's why. Because you're being proactive and not reactive. You're not waiting for a symptom and then getting health care. You're getting health care beforehand so that those things don't sneak up on you when you least expect it. Those are the nightmares. But Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan can take care of you when it comes to that. Remember, there are no dyes. You don't take your clothes off, no injections. This entire process only takes a few minutes. So don't wait. Do exactly what I did. My wife, my in-laws, and so many Central Floridians. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, and it's imperative that when you're there to ask about their cancer screening as well. Remember, guys, early detection saves lives. This is how easy it is to make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. That's it. Then say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. You will be connected in seconds. It is finally time to take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Divorce? Call Trindley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious roasted or crispy chicken sandwich, just the way you want. For you, the heat honcho that tests your spice tolerance with seasoning and buffalo sauce. Or you, the forget the pit master, who prefers barbecue sauce, bacon, and no extra work. Or you, the supporter of Southwestern flavors like avocado, fajita veggies, and chipotle sauce. You've got great taste. And now, you've got Wawa's roasted and crispy chicken sandwiches. Chicken how you wanna. Wawa.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickley.group.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Hey, it's Sisney from On Air with Ryan Seacrest. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight. And now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective. A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
I'm Olivia. When I was injured in a car crash, I knew from listening to this station who I needed to call. I called attorney Glenn Klossman. I knew I had a super lawyer on my side. I was extremely happy with the results. I'm Olivia, and I highly recommend attorney Glenn Klossman, Office Winter Park.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com. Spread the word, new drinks at Wawa. It's not around long, it's a limited offer. Peppermint bar sugar cookie.
The holidays are here, and so are Wawa's holiday beverages. Try the new caramel sugar cookie iced latte or peppermint mocha while the season lasts. Gotta have a Wawa.
Had enough of this country? Ever dreamt about starting your own?
I planted the flag. This is mine. I own this.
It's surprisingly easy.
55 gallons of water, 500 pounds of concrete.
Or maybe not.
No country willingly gives up their territory.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Bullets.
Listen to Escape from Zakistan on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Escape from ZAQ-istan to start listening.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Good afternoon, morning, Colbert, Carew. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I know I did, although I'm sure it was not as busy as Jack's, that damn Energizer Bunny. And yeah, I know you guys were mentioning it last week, and some people were sending them in, but I found it on the iHeartRadio app, and I actually listened for 216,000 minutes this year.
Wow.
Yep. P1 as it gets, baby. With that, Big T out.
Thanks, Big T.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you,
that.
Big T.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am Jim. Jackson is right over there. Yep. And Deb has your news. Let's get it.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, has this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
Nope. Still not old. JCS News brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Still in there.
An extradition hearing for the suspect and the United Healthcare CEO murder took place in Pennsylvania earlier this afternoon. Luigi Mangione shouted to reporters as officers led him into the courthouse.
Luigi, that's completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
Mangione is fighting his extradition from Pennsylvania to New York City, where Brian Thompson was gunned down on a street on December 4th. The 26-year-old was apprehended at a McDonald's in Altoona Monday after he was recognized there by an employee.
Yeah.
If you think about it, that one picture that they got of him in the hospital really is the reason
that did
he
him
was
in.
able to be recognized.
Flirting with the girl who was checking him out.
And she said, what, let me see who you are?
Yeah, you have nice eyes. Let me see your smile. And something to that effect. And then he took his mask off and smiled for her, and it smiled for the camera.
Have you guys seen the online thing that's happening?
No.
Like, guess who's...
Which one?
Guess who's memeing... There's a couple pictures of him that made it out.
Oh.
And guess who is memeing him like crazy and making comments? Gay dudes. Like I saw like 10 of them
Really?
Today because he is ripped. This killer guy is absolutely shredded, and they have him like he's like hiking in Hawaii or something, and he has his shirt off, and all these I saw like 4 or 5, 8 of these gay guys talking making comments about it, and he's like doing funny meme stuff, but it's kind of funny. I had no idea he'd become an icon like that. I guess they assume he's gay.
In the meantime, CVS Health has removed photos of its executives from its corporate website. It follows the murder last week of the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. Now, the Boston Globe reported a CVS spokesperson would not comment when asked if the company was taking other precautions to protect executives or if any individuals were threatened in the last year.
Yeah.
The other big story making national headlines is that a wildfire in Malibu, California is burning out of control. NBC's Janelle Griffith is at the scene of the fire.
Nearby is Pepperdine University, where you've still got hundreds of students still sheltering in place. That was an order as hundreds of others evacuated because they have some fire-protected areas on that campus.
The Los Angeles County Fire Department reports again there is zero containment on well over 2,000 acres in the Franklin fire. Thousands of residents are under mandatory evacuation orders right now. The brutal Santa Ana winds are whipping through the entire Southern California region, adding fuel to the fire, no pun intended.
Yeah.
The fire broke out late last night, like after 11 p.m. near Pepperdine University, where students and staff were ordered to shelter in place.
Yeah.
All right. A Florida judge is allowing a Navy veteran to go ahead with his defamation lawsuit against CNN. Zachary Young accuses the news network of hurting his business by involving him in a segment from 2021 about contractors who allegedly profiteered off of Afghan refugees trying to escape that country when U.S. forces pulled out. This could lead to a jury trial, which court records here in Florida show is scheduled to begin next month.
Wow, really?
Speaking of showdowns, ooh, it's getting nasty.
Okay.
Controversy at the Orange County Supervisor of Elections office is heating up this
That video
week.
from this weekend was
Come on
tasty.
now.
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't see that, but we might
Oh.
need theme music
Yeah,
for
we
this.
do.
I
Because
mean,
yesterday,
this thing was crazy.
embattled Supervisor Glenn Gilzine was met by Comptroller Phil Diamond, who brought cameras to the elections office, demanding answers about alleged excessive spending. Phil Diamond was out front of the Supervisor of Elections office, having just arrived. Channel 9 was there with the cameras set up. Gil Gilzine comes marching out of the Supervisor of Elections office.
Dude rolls up on their shoe.
Oh, yeah, they shake hands and make pleasantries, but that ended real quick. Diamond said he was there for records of more than 200 checks totaling $4.3 million that were cut over the past weekend.
Wow, man.
Wow.
Last week, the Orange County Commission voted to freeze funding for the elections office, demanding that Gilzine provide receipts. Gilzine claims the freeze jeopardizes payroll and vendor payments, calling it illegal. The matter is now in court as both sides continue to trade accusations. My question is, how long before Tallahassee gets involved?
It is.
It
Dude,
is.
You got to check out that video, buddy. That's
Yeah.
spicy. That's a spicy meatball right
It
there.
really is. It really is.
I
When you
was
see
like-
Phil Diamond's face when he finds out that Gilzine spent $4 million over the weekend, Diamond goes, "What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And head snaps back.
And dude, it is like it looks. It's so crazy. It looks staged. Like
But it's not.
He just rolled up on him like it was like he was cutting in a wrestling promo.
He's a short timer, right?
He's a DeSantis appointee.
He was appointed by DeSantis, but he wasn't.
He was not reelected.
No.
So wow.
All right. Florida will hold special elections to replace Representatives Matt Gaetz and Mike Waltz. Tap 4 roles, and President-elect Trump's administration will no longer Gaetz. Over 24 candidates are running, including Tampa-endorsed Jimmy Patronis and Randy Fine. Primaries are set for January 28th, with the general election on April 1st. These races are unlikely to shift the GOP's House majority, but could influence Florida's political landscape ahead of 2026.
Yeah.
Speaking of that landscape, a North Florida lawmaker is looking to roll back gun laws passed after the Parkland school shooting. Representative Joel Rudman of Navarre has filed a bill to allow open carry and to repeal the state's red flag law, calling it unconstitutional.
I have walked through the hallways of Marjorie Stoneman Douglas as a physician. We wish no harm to come to teenagers, but the way you saw Parkland in that scenario, that individual should never have been walking the street.
Rudman says he plans to file a comprehensive mental health bill soon that will be stronger than any red flag law. The 2025 legislative session is scheduled to begin on March 4th. Meanwhile, he's also looking to fill Matt Gaetz's vacated congressional seats.
Yeah.
A Central Florida mayor is asking for a public apology from the Volusia County School Board chairwoman. Deltona Mayor Santiago Avila made the statement on Facebook yesterday after Chair Jesse Thompson made a comment about students from Deltona High School while at a summit in Washington, D.C. During the Moms for Liberty event earlier this year, Thompson made the disparaging remark and allegedly admitted to feeding false data to the board to get agenda items passed. Apparently, she said she'd met some really bright students and also met some students that she wouldn't trust to put gas in her car.
Yeah, not a good look.
The mayor is now calling for Thompson's removal as chair.
Yeah.
Okay, a new report is accusing recent hurricanes of potentially increasing the spread of invasive wildlife throughout not just Florida. The U.S. Geological Survey made the statement earlier today saying floodwaters from Helene and Milton may have moved intrusive animals and plants to new areas of the state as well as Georgia.
Wow.
Officials believe the relocation of non-native species will likely impact agricultural production, harm the environment, or pose a risk to human health. Think of those giant apple snails, right? Those things that can eat stucco. The agency created a map showing this many species could have been relocated due to the storms. How many
almighty.
invasive species, plants and animals, do you believe could have been relocated due to the storms?
You know, I'm not going to go crazy, but I will say I'll go 78.
Oh, that's pretty specific. All right. Jack?
Yeah, I'm going to just round.
Oh, you're going to Shaw.
79.
200.
Damn,
Nailed
really?
it.
You did not nail it, Jack.
200.
Far from nailed it.
Invasive
Almost gone-worthy,
species. Can you imagine? Jack.
That's a lot, man.
Now, this next story really makes me mad. More details are being released after a Bartow man shot and killed his father and wounded his mother over the weekend.
Did you see a picture of this guy?
This kid looks like his DNA was run through several sets of pantyhose.
Oh man, this guy.
He should have been left as a stain.
This guy. Woo, I saw his picture and I didn't see what he did yet. I said, bet money he shot somebody because he got mad about something that was really dumb.
Oh, it's so dumb, Jimmy. It is so dumb. 23-year-old Joseph Voigt allegedly shot and killed his father, Marvin, multiple times Saturday night after Marvin told Joseph to stop playing video games and get a job.
Yeah, stop wasting your life and get a job. And he was nagging them. Jack has the picture up there right now. This guy looks like he looks like a garbage pail kid.
Oh, no. The garbage pail kids are like, what did we ever do to you?
That guy's face is sliding off one side of his face or something's wrong with him.
Yeah, no.
That guy has incel written all
Doesn't
over him.
he?
Shot and injured his mother, killed his father.
Joseph was arrested when he was pulled over along International Drive in Orlando around 2 o'clock Sunday morning, hours after the shooting. As Jimmy mentioned, Joseph's mother, Susan Voigt, is still in critical condition after suffering a gunshot wound to the head.
Yep.
And guess what? He's not going to get to play anymore.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
Video games.
He's done. Oh, he's going to be a video game.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I hope it happens a lot to him. I do. I hope they stick his head through the bars and it's just his ass hanging out. And it's just like an ATM that you don't need a card for. Well, you need something for it, but not a card. That's what I hope happens to this guy. And then the front side's available too, by the way.
Oh, damn.
And one of those wonky eyes. Maybe they can bang his ears straight. Jesus. What a loser.
I know. And,
I'm
parents just doing what they're, just trying to raise a good, solid citizen.
Look at that idiot.
Look, I know.
Look at that guy.
All right.
Somehow that jumpsuit makes him look worse.
I don't think that's possible, Jimmy. I really don't think that's possible. All right. Authorities are cracking down on illegal street takeovers in Orange County. The Florida Highway Patrol gave an update yesterday about a multi-agency operation that took place over the weekend. Several large gatherings were shut down, including one at a warehouse near Orlando International Airport. 3 people were arrested. More than 100 were cited, and multiple cars were towed.
This is the guys who do the takeovers?
Yep. They go into intersections or,
Oh, the worst.
State troopers are
Get
encouraged.
'em.
Yeah, because, if you try and get around them, they'll chase you.
Oh, yeah, it's the worst.
State troopers are encouraging drivers who encounter street races, stunts, or takeovers while on the road to remain calm and pull over to the side before calling 911. Don't let your anger get up there. Don't.
Oh, yeah. Because this happened to you and your mom, did it not?
It did, but it was with motorcycles.
Right,
it
yeah.
had to have been 500.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous.
And all you can do is just keep your hands on the wheel
That's
and
right.
keep looking forward because they're driving on the emergency, the
Yeah, they're
shoulder,
driving everywhere.
in front of you, side of you.
Almost trying. It seems like almost
instigate.
trying to induce contact of some sort so they can get ignorant.
My mom begged me to wait to drive home that day. She was like, "You're hothead. You just stay here for a bit."
Yeah, she knows you got a problem. Anger.
Oh no, it surpassed anger a long time ago. This is white hot rage.
I gotta tell you, if she was driving a truck, she'd be in jail right now. If she thought for 1 second that thing that she drives that's an inch and a half off the ground would have gotten over one of those things, trust me, it would have been ba-dump, 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 ba-dump the entire way home.
We got us a con.
100.
We got us a convoy. There you go, Jack. All right, a Florida fisherman discovered a lot of square grouper, nearly 55 pounds of cocaine, valued at $1.7 million, just floating off the coast.
It's how they talked about this story that makes me laugh, though. It lets me know that cops have a good sense of humor.
According to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, the drugs, wrapped in watertight packages and marked with a scorpion insignia, were turned over to authorities. In a lighthearted statement, the Sheriff's Office invited the, quote, owner, end quote, to claim those packages, promising secure storage and an all-expenses paid stay at the county jail.
It's kind of cool.
Investigators are urging anyone with information to contact them. I know the fisherman called and said, "Listen, it's on my boat. I'm bringing it back in."
Right. Why is it always like a scorpion or a tarantula? Why can't cocaine be marked with a picture of a turkey? Or some
panda bear.
or some other very innocuous animal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always got to be something very stingy. Mark it with something silly for once. Just have some fun. Like a ferret.
A ferret. I was going to say spider,
Get
but
that
that's
ferret coke.
All right, this is not a sentence I think most anyone of a certain age would ever expect to hear, but it is true. AT&T is getting out of the home phone business.
What?
The Ma Bell, where
The
it all
creators
started.
of it?
The creators of it, yes, absolutely. The company is planning to end landline service in 20 states by 2029, just about the time when we all need to start getting landline phones again. AT&T says the copper wire service is both expensive, it's outdated. The company also says fewer and fewer people have landlines in their homes anymore. So AT&T is going to offer landline users a system that will allow them to plug their home phone into a cell phone connection. That way they can continue to use the phone they're most familiar with.
I saw a very funny meme little thing this weekend. It was a dad. He goes up to his 2 sons who are I think one of them's 13 and one of them's 15, and they're sitting on there, and he goes, "I have a challenge for you." And he has something behind his back, and he brings out a rotary phone, and it sits on a table, and he goes, "I'll give $100 to one of you guys if you can dial this number." And they sat there for 10 minutes trying to figure out how to dial a rotary phone and never figured it out.
You're kidding.
No idea how to do it. The number's right there. No clue how to do it. And it was one of the funniest videos. The old man was dying in the background.
I bet. I've always said we could retake the world with cursive writing and rotary phones.
Exactly.
Because half the planet doesn't know how to read cursive or how to dial a phone.
And manual transmission.
Manual transmissions and how to fill out a check if you want money.
How many people do you think right now, without their navigation on their phones, could make it to even 10% of the places they're going to? Like just with explanation. You remember how it used to be? Hey, go to the Walgreens, take a left, 2 streets down, take a right. You'll see a black truck, go 2 back. That's how you used to tell directions. I bet right now if you took nav away from people, that they would have a very difficult time finding where they're going.
Well, do you remember that Ross used to say that he used to have to use GPS just to get home from the station every night?
For the first 6 months he worked here. He had to make 3 turns. 3 turns. Dude couldn't figure it out.
And then finally, Merriam-Webster is unveiling its choice for word of the year. The dictionary publisher announced Monday that polarization is 2024's defining word.
Oh, God.
Polarization, just in case you've been under a rock, is defined by Merriam-Webster as, quote, division into 2 sharply distinct opposites, end quote. Other words that made the dictionary's words of the year list include democracy, pander, weird, and cognitive. Recently, Collins Dictionary named brat word of the year, while Oxford University Press selected brain rot.
All of those oddly work together. To make one.
A lot of them apply to half the stories she just gave us.
Exactly.
I feel like if you put all those in a sentence, it should be a new amendment.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Oh, just give it some time, Jimmy. Give it some time. Either way, that concludes your JCS News.
407-916-1041. It's like the whammy bar is sick. It's not feeling well. There you go. Or it's muted. It's underwater. All right, we'll take a little break. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay right there.
Whoa.
The Froggers football follow-up is next. Call now for your chance to win. 407-916-1041.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast on this Tuesday. And for the rest of today, we'll be expecting a dry and partly cloudy day with temperatures that will be unseasonably warm. Plan for a high of 82 degrees today in Orlando, but don't get too used to it because our warm stretch will come to an end as a cold front arrives tomorrow. That cold front will be bringing with it scattered showers and a few thunderstorms, along with much cooler temperatures, with highs only reaching the low 60s by Thursday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida. Ask for it by name.
Florida's farmers work hard to grow nutritious food for you and your family, and you can help support them by enjoying delicious Fresh from Florida produce. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop, or visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
Guys, it's time for Holidays in Space at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex from December 20th through the 30th. It is an unforgettable holiday celebration. These guys go all out and really make it look amazing. All brought to you by Pepsi. Create memories that will last a lifetime. And what they do is they really take the entire park and turn it into a winter wonderland. Starflake's Holiday Voyage, which is their new projected show. It is absolutely a blast. The Rocket Tree Trail, all brought to you by Harris. Just so many great family-friendly activities and all the great decor. One of the wonderful times all Christmas season is Holidays in Space. Get your tickets now and get all the information at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're detecting the undetectable. Using advanced AI technology, our experts can accurately detect signals in the human voice that are indicators of coronary artery disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
You know the biggest hassle with selling your home with the Nickley Group? Figuring out where to put the sofa in your new home, because your old home won't be on the market for long. TNG listings sell 2 times faster and for an average of 6% more. Why wait around hoping your home will sell in time for you to move into your new place? Trust the experts at the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty to get your home listed, shown, and sold. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today at thenickley.com.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah!
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Proud to be a donation site for Toys for Tots.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
It's time for the Froggers football follow-up on the Jim Colbert Show.
That's right. It is time for the Froggers football follow-up. Every Thursday, we make our picks for the Froggers football forecast. Then we come back on Tuesday after Monday Night Football to figure out which member of this radio show chose the most correct games during the NFL weekend this past weekend. Now, I will tell you, Deb is straight up on one. For the last few weeks, she has nailed it. And I think she has surpassed us in the total standings, right, Jack?
For the season, yeah, she passed us. And she had a week going into this past week, 2 straight wins. However, she had 3 of the past 4.
Yeah.
And 5 of the past 6.
Yeah, man. She's playing pretty darn well.
Yeah.
And
at some point during the stupid pick segment, she goes, "Hey, what do you guys think about this one?"
Yeah, exactly. She'll do it in the hallway too. Hey, which way you go? Trying to be all using her female guys to try to get us to make decisions. It's never worked in humanity ever.
Yeah,
and I'm so glad you guys don't offer up your help. Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're much better off for it.
Exactly.
However.
What?
Past results are not indicative of future behavior,
right.
or past behavior not indicative of future results.
And all you have to do to know that is to listen to any quick cash Disclaimer, and you'll know. Just because one guy made $100 million once doesn't mean you're going to make even 5 cents.
So while we know Deb is leading for the season, what our 3 callers will have to do is guess who did best this week.
That's right.
Solely this week on this week's games. We did some of the selections last Thursday, as you mentioned, but with Monday night now in the books, which one of the 3 of us were best?
Yeah. And by the way, when we make those selections on the air and you hear us, I mean, those are not set in concrete.
No.
Like, that's where we're leaning it at that moment. We obviously can change our picks up until the very last moment. So even listening on Thursday isn't a true indication of how we went.
Right, don't give them
from
reasons
day
not
to day.
to listen, dude.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
Hey,
just
don't
saying,
bother with
you
Thursday.
can
We're phoning
change-
it in.
You can change your choices whenever you need.
I have.
Have you?
I have, and
Oh, yeah,
it's
plenty of
usually works against me.
Yeah.
Those
I
last
forget.
minute changes, and I'm like, oh, why did I do that?
I'll read some report that says like this one tight end's out or something, or some left tackle's out, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then you'll match it, and it's it doesn't even make doesn't even make a 1 point difference. But I think I've outthought the game, and that's never the case.
So we are playing for a $25 Froggers gift card. We love Froggers. The food is great. We look forward to Thursdays when we know they're feeding us here because, that's how you get to radio people, through their stomach.
Man, I drove by the one in Altamont this past weekend. It was, God almighty, was it slammed.
On Sunday?
Yeah, God,
with the football games? Yeah.
It was a madhouse.
They are the football place. It's not only Altamont. There's one in Apopka right there on Rock Springs Road in the Publix Plaza.
Yeah, one in Mount Dora.
Mount Dora, and then Oviedo as well. And great place to watch the games because there's dozens and dozens and dozens of televisions.
Yeah, plus other cool stuff as well. So.
Absolutely, and the food is great. So.
All right, let's get to it. Now, are we doing the whole thing where Deb picks a name? Or are we going 1 through 3?
Let you guys pick one of them.
No, here's the thing. You pick 1, 2, or 3. We're not going to give you a name. Just the number 1, 2, or 3.
3.
3. There we go. Jay, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Would not have taken Jay.
Oh, thanks, Jack.
All right, Jay, for a $25 gift card to Frogger's Grill and Bar, who, my friend, do you think won this week's NFL picks?
Pick me, Jay. Pick me.
Despite Jack's lack of wanting me, I'm going to pick Jack.
Oh, buddy,
Oh,
no.
Jay. That's so sweet.
Jay, I really appreciate it, and I'm sorry to say I came in second place this week.
That's right. Second place this week, Jay.
Oh, Jay,
man.
sorry about that.
1 or 2, Deb?
1.
1. Faith, how you doing, Faith?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. How are you guys?
I'm doing great. All right, between myself and Deborah, who do you think chose the most correct teams this past weekend in the NFL schedule?
I'm going to say you.
You think I did?
Yes.
I was dead last. And when I say dead last, I don't mean just dead last on this show. I think I was literally dead last in the entire 30-person thing.
Yeah.
So that means Douglas right here on line 2. Doug.
Well, he's got a guess.
Doug. Between
I'm going to go with the reigning champion, Deb.
There's no way. There's no way.
She is. I cannot tell you, I looked at the standings and I knew I was doing bad because I have a theory. By the way, give us what we need from you, big dog.
Douglas, do you know what we need from you for Froggers?
I don't know.
Ribbit.
Oh, ribbit.
There you go. Bravo. Put you on hold. You get that
Congratulations.
Froggers $25 gift card. So here's where I am on the football picks this week, and I'm not trying to taint anyone's choices for the remaining weeks here in the NFL season, which is only like what, 3?
Seriously?
Yeah, it's not far, buddy.
Oh wait.
We're week 16, isn't it?
I thought it was week 15. Regardless.
Yeah.
4 more weeks.
4 more weeks. There you
That's
go.
it?
Yeah,
It's a
one more
regular
month football,
season.
right? Yeah.
Then we'll have to get our own lunch on Thursday.
Nah. All right.
But so I can't win the entire season because I don't have enough total wins.
Right.
There are only a few people that are out there, and they're never going to miss this many that I can catch up. So every week I'm picking what I think are the upset games. I'm going for underdogs, trying to win, and none of the dogs are losing. Like nobody, like this weekend, only one underdog won, and that would be the Rams against Buffalo, and even that was a coin flip for a lot of people. And Buffalo wound up losing.
That was one of the games I asked you guys advice for.
Yeah. And, by the way, Ross Padgett wins the entire thing this week. He did not get one incorrect. He picked the entire schedule correct.
Wow.
And almost nailed the points for last night as well. The total points was, I think,
Unbelievable.
50, and he chose 47.
You know what was interesting about last night's game? I watched it on Disney Plus, and it was a cartoon.
Oh, yeah. It was The Simpsons.
It was The Simpsons, but the whole thing was cartoon, and it was a couple plays later. So what was happening in the real game would happen in the Simpsons version of the game, and it was wild. But you knew when it was going to be a scoring play because they would sub out like the quarterback with Homer Simpson,
Yeah, or Bart Simpson or Lisa.
something.
I saw one of the things, and I didn't know what they were even talking about. It's like, Homer Simpson threw Lisa a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what they were. I thought it was just some online thing.
No, I put on Disney Plus. I'm like, why not? I just put it on and watched half the game as a cartoon. It was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, great way to try to get new fans, younger fans.
They've proven that works too, because didn't they do that with
Nickelodeon? I thought did that with.
Yeah, they did it
the
with
Super Bowl.
Nickelodeon, the Super Bowl, and it destroyed.
Yeah.
It destroyed.
Yeah, it was very, very popular.
Unbelievable. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77.
Hey.
Congratulations, Deb.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay!
If you guys want to follow my picks this week, you probably won't want
Do you
to.
realize that you have given away, personally, you've given away like $150 of gift cards from Frogger's Grill and Bar?
Close.
Yeah.
That 7 times she's won this season. That's that's $175 of Frogger's money.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're right, listeners. You should be welcome. My God, Deb's an automatic beer and wings.
And what's amazing is, Jim, you actually won 5 of the weeks. I only won 2 of the weeks. You won 5 of the weeks, but you are in last place
Buddy, let me
by
tell you,
a mile now.
I've had a really bad run, and this goes back to my new thing. Me trying to win every week, picking underdogs, thinking that somebody's going to lose.
Right.
And this is the time of year they start sitting starters, and if you've already clinched, some of the better players will just kind of take the time off. It makes you more susceptible to losing, but that is not happening. I mean, the favorites are winning a lot, and your boy is losing a lot.
I didn't think it was going to work out well for me when my first game was the Green Bay-Detroit game.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even pick the
Same.
damn thing. Jack even gave me a reminder to choose it, and I still forgot.
Yeah. So the 3 of us got it wrong. Deb and I picked Green Bay, and Jim just went home.
Took his ball and everything.
Froggers.com. Find the Froggers near you. Great place to watch the games. Whatever the game's on, Magic, whatever it is, you can watch it there.
They're awesome.
But also, middle of the day, you want lunch, dinner, go to Froggers.
Dude, I'm telling you, that one out.
Good
That thing is
food.
great. I dropped by last Thursday to pick up the food, and I walked in there. It's like every pool table was taken. It was like, it's one. Like it's one, and people are in there like throwing down. Like, is it Saturday afternoon? Am I calendar bad or something?
You got Mount Dora, Oviedo, and Apopka.
Very nice, guys. Thanks, Froggers. We appreciate that. Froggers.com
Thank
for
you,
the location nearest you. All right, back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. We'll do What You Do That's New right after this.
It's a good one.
This has been the Froggers Football Follow-Up. Find the Froggers near you at Froggers.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Lost Christmas Eve. 2 shows December 14th at the Kia Center. Tickets available now at livenation.com.
Looking at slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area by the major attractions exits on I-4 as you travel between the Beach Line and 535. Looking at major stop-and-go delays southbound on the Turnpike due to a disabled vehicle that is blocking the shoulder and part of the right lane as you travel between County Road 470 and County Road 33. You can expect heavy backups on the toll road through Lake County. If you see other traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
The one thing you can count on Florida's weather is that you can't count on Florida's weather, right? One day could be 40 degrees, the next day 80. But no matter what the weather forecast may say, you can definitely count on replacing your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. One reason is unmatched strength. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact windows and doors are made from Fibrex material, which is 2 times stronger than vinyl, ensuring superior durability and resistance to extreme weather conditions. John said the service team were excellent in communication skills. So glad we have renewal on our speed dial for future products to buy. Best doors and windows in the business. Thanks again, Joe and Ed, for your hard work in making our life easier. For December, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus free True Scene screen upgrade for the first 50 customers. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Magic 107.7.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Orlando's Christmas station.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions. But preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, mortgage rates have improved again this week. Get your quote for a refinance to lower payments or get cash out at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Fence Outlet has helped our customers keep children and pets safe with quality fences for over 30 years. Now is the time to install your Fence Outlet fence. Visit fenceoutlet.com today to set up your free estimate and discover our wide selection of fencing options. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
This safe driving message is brought to you by the Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt and JustCallMo.com. Whether it's the holiday season or any season, Mo encourages you to be considerate of other drivers and especially watch out for motorcycles. It's a busy time of year. Tourists are everywhere. Remember that someone is counting on you, so arrive safely. Saving 30 seconds that can cost you everything is simply not worth it. Injured in an accident? Call Mo at 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MO or visit JustCallMo.com. Be safe and enjoy this season.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had had open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Happy holidays. Welcome to Total Wireless. How can I help you?
Oh, my phone is panicking. It thinks I'm trading it in.
No worries. At Total Wireless, you get 50% off the Total 5G Unlimited plan when you keep your phone.
Really? 50% off and I get to keep my phone? Wow.
Yep, that's as low as $25 per month for one line when you sign up for AutoPay.
Visit your Total Wireless store today. Restrictions apply. Compatible device required. Available exclusively online and in Total Wireless retail stores.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Finish the year strong and refreshed for 2025 at Office Depot Office Max. Now save 25% on print services and 50% on photo products with coupon. Plus, upgrade your space with new desks, chairs, and PCs at any Office Depot or Office Max store.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
What's up, JCS crew? We
Hi.
were fooling around in the office yesterday and decided to see who was the fastest typer. We went to this typing test website. As soon as I clicked go, I just started laughing because the excerpt it gave me to type was, did you know that if you threw a regular and a diet soda into a cooler, the diet soda would float? The regular soda will sink. This is due to the sweeteners in the regular soda being denser than water.
Wow.
That's crazy.
We finally got an answer.
Finally, after all these years.
And it's a typing test.
Yeah.
That's wild.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Hi, I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Took us 30 years to get that answer.
Let's do what you do that's new.
What'd you do that's new? What'd you do that's new?
Hey!
If we only knew something new to do, we're relying on you. Tell us something new brought to you by Clausman Law.
That's right, Clausman Law, KLAUSMAN Law.com. Office is right there in Winter Park, 407-917-1718. Car crash, call Clausman. We will talk to Glenn on Thursday, where, my friends, he will be Santa Clausman this Thursday with a fistful, a bag full of $25 gift cards to Publix.
And he looks just like Santa, too, with
And
the Santa hat on.
He does, and this is his favorite.
He loves this.
This is his favorite thing to do. It's his favorite thing to do. I'm telling you straight up, he would rather do this than any singular thing in his life.
Case schmace.
I literally, I have to fight him off with a bat covered in barbed wire every single year. He would do this 4 times a year if I would allow him, but he does it once a year, and we'll do it this Thursday, and we'll do an extended version of Colbert Court. So you'll have a bunch of trivia questions, Christmas related, and then you can call in if you get them right. We'll give you a $25 gift card to Publix, so that you can enjoy a cucumber.
Okay, a cucumber. Let's hurry up and get to Jack's choice.
Or
Come on.
1 quart of olive oil, which I found out this past week when I had to buy olive oil. Prepare yourself accordingly for that.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And coffee prices are about to go through the roof as well, by the way. Did you try to buy olive oil? The cheap olive oil for like 10 ounces is $14.
Yeah, the stuff I used to get for about 14 is now 22.
Yeah,
or so.
I saw $37 olive oil in Publix.
Jeez Louise.
I think it's 1.5 quart, 2 quarts, something like that. $37. All right, what you do that's new every single Tuesday at 4 o'clock. One of the members of the show will choose something for the others to watch, read, or listen to. We will do that and then reconvene on that following Tuesday to discuss said topic or content. Then we'll move on to the next week. This week is the celebrity guest, and it is going to be Scott Brown, who'll be in with us a little bit later, and he can tell us what he chooses when he comes in for his segment, It's Only Money at 5:20. All right, this week was Jack's Choice. Jack?
Yes, this is something I was waiting for. Oddly enough, to name drop, when I met Christopher Cross, he's the one who told me about this documentary. His daughter was one of the producers on it. It was released just a week ago, Friday, on Max, HBO Max. And it was an 1.5-hour look into the world of yacht rock. Because while the music itself is, 45 to 50 years old, that term and the genre of yacht rock is really only 19 years old because it was a comedy group, doing these web shows, kind of a spoof, a parody.
On Snapchat, right?
On what yacht rock, just on the music and kind of coming up with a fictionalized version of how all these guys interacted and made this music.
They tried to create like an origin story of it. Right,
exactly. Yeah. So, but then it caught on, but not only became a viable genre, it's made a lot of money for these artists who now have to deal with the term yacht rock.
And that's the only thing they have to deal with.
Right.
That is the only thing that these bands have to deal with is that term.
Yeah.
And for the sake of me, like I never understood, 2 words is going to ruin your career. Get the F out of here.
Yeah. So
fascinating though.
Well, and what Christopher Cross, actually told me about that, he goes,
yeah, because you sat with him for like half an hour when they played up here at the Plaza.
And he was so thrilled that that music is popular again. But he's like, I've made, 19 albums since then.
Yeah.
And so it is kind of deflating because that's an artist. He came out of the gates. It was Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Artist of the Year.
And he came up with a new one, Best New Artist. Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, only two people. Him and Billie Eilish are the only one to hit that trifecta.
Yeah, where it was all that same sense.
Yeah. I mean, he pissed off Barbra Streisand and Frank Sinatra at the 1981 Grammys.
That's kind of cool. But pissing off Streisand's kind of not that difficult, right? You just have to
win the awards that she thought she was going to win.
You just have to not think she's a god,
right?
And she's mad. I will tell you, this thing was fascinating for a number of reasons. It was really, who knew that Christopher Cross was a straight up gangster?
Yeah.
Like this guy, like the songs that you know, and Jack, you can bring these up.
Yeah.
The songs that you know from this guy, one of his most famous songs, he wrote while on acid.
Run Like the Wind.
While driving.
Yep. Driving to Austin, Texas to record an album. He dropped some acid and wrote Run Like the Wind.
I mean, never in a million years would you think this guy, I went through a mild breakup.
Right.
And then while having some oatmeal on my lanai, I decided to write this song while staring at the breeze and the Hawaiian sunset.
Yep.
No, it was eating acid.
He was tripping
while
balls.
driving.
On his way from Houston to Austin.
Yeah.
And then he writes this banger.
Yeah.
Which is one of his rockiest kind of tunes. This got some pace to it,
I like this one.
This is a good one.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, it is my favorite of his.
And then on top of that, he's sitting there in this room in the studio, and they're like, talking to him. He goes, "You know how I funded my first record, right?" And they're like, "No selling." And he goes, "Yeah, it was from selling weed.
Weed and
This
acid."
guy was a straight up plug. This guy was a plug in the 70s. And he financed his entire. He goes, "I had all the best equipment,
right?
Because I'm selling." He goes, "I got a very good weed business going." Who would have thought the softest dude in rock is the hardest guy in rock? God, it was so great. I'll tell you, there is a lesson in this. And by the way, this may be the suggestion of the year.
Oh,
maybe the suggestion of the year. It was that good.
You learned so much.
Let me tell you something. I want everybody to watch this. I mean, if you have access to it, and I'll tell you why. It is one of the best life lessons you'll ever know in your life. And the life lesson is this. You never effing know when your lightning is about to strike. You just never know. You hear Michael McDonald and Christopher Cross, all these guys talk about writing these songs and how they wrote them on a whim. Kenny Loggins and Michael McDonald wrote one of their most famous songs because Kenny Loggins was outside of his door.
Minute by minute.
And Michael McDonald was inside his house playing a song. Loggins heard the song through the door. It was a throwaway tune. He was going to throw the song away. Loggins walked in and said, "I got a second part of that. Play it again."
Right.
And it turns out being a massive hit. And the theme of that is all through here. And what it basically says is, even when you're about to think you have nothing to give, when you think you're all out, you always have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Because, man, it's right there waiting for you. You just have to not give up. And that was a lesson throughout this entire thing. And then the band Toto, I learned, created all the music for 50 years.
I'm not a Toto fan, and I kind of reduced under their song Africa, right?
Right.
But then you watch this documentary and you realize not only were they a successful band on their own, but musically they were so gifted that just about every other musical act in Los Angeles was using them as session guitarists and session drummers. When they go down the list of how many albums that they've been on, everything from Alice Cooper, Talking Heads, Eagles.
Oh, how about...
And that was the other thing. For me, when you talked about how Steely Dan was like the epicenter, watching all of those arrows travel out to all those different artists was like watching the DNA strand in someone's family tree, because you realize if you were lucky enough to grow up and listen to the 70s and 80s, you were really listening to true musicians, not just artists, but real musicians.
Who are also developing recording techniques that are still used to this day.
Exactly.
I mean, like really, really, and by the way, I think Aja, they said, or they call it Aja, AJA, the Steely Dan album that was like a breaking. He said every stereo salesman in the United States of America had that album because they would use that to show people how dynamic the speakers were for their systems, not letting them know it had nothing to do with the speakers. It's that the recording was simply amazing. And there was another thing that you just said I wanted to...
it's just how much the bands borrowed from each other. Fleetwood Mac helped Kenny Loggins when he broke up with Loggins and Messina, and how she being on that song, made his solo career.
Just let you know there's a super small world there.
Yes.
And then and then you realize, oh, Toto, Africa, that's a stupid tune. Until you realize that band also recorded Thriller with Michael Jackson.
Right, exactly.
Until you realize that no Toto, no Thriller.
Yeah.
It was one punch in the face after the next of information, and I may watch it again tonight.
Because we knew Steve Lukather and Eddie Van Halen played on it, but it's really the whole band.
Right.
They were session workers and responsible for thousands of songs.
I mean, I think Luke is it Luke Luther?
Lukather?
Yeah.
Lukather.
He basically said, I must have played on 3,000 albums. And he goes, I think the Picaro brothers played on 5 or 6.
Listen, it was, and that was a moment as well, right? When Lukather talks about, it was the lead singer of Ambrosia, when he talked about, wanting to figure out how to get that hook, how to get that song, and just asked Michael McDonald, what do you do? And, Michael's like, oh, I go into those old classical books.
Songbooks.
Yeah. And then,
Handel. That's exactly what it was.
And
to learn
then
how
he
to get
comes
those
up with
transitions.
this huge hit for Ambrosia, and it's like, God, I had no idea that's where the song came from.
It is. I'm telling you, dude, it's a trip.
Yeah.
This thing is a trip. Like, if you're a music fan of any genre, by the way, if you're a hip hop fan, you'll learn that like 80% of the hip hop through the 90s, from De La Soul to Tribe Called Quest and all those bands.
Thundercat's part of this documentary. Questlove is on this documentary.
They were all sampling these songs from like Michael McDonald and Ambrosia. All these tunes came from these like 8 dudes that created the 90s hip hop scene. Where everybody else was sampling like R&B tunes, these guys went off into these like kind of white-eyed soul, these blonde-haired soul tunes, and started pulling those samples.
Texter points out that Yacht Rock is a vibe, so it's really, you can't say, oh, it only started here and it ends here, because it's a really narrow window. The guys who coined the term,
right?
You got to give them a little credit, because really this whole idea was theirs.
Yeah,
they only go from 75 to like 80. That's a shorter window. They don't even use anything prior to that.
They don't use Hall & Oates.
Yeah, and that was the big shocker. Hall & Oates to them was that R&B Philadelphia sound.
The Eagles, Fleetwood Mac.
Country automatically rules you out.
Yeah, exactly.
No Fleetwood Mac.
Not enough jazz notes in their songs to be considered yacht rock.
But it is subjective, and that's why I think Sink or Sail is a fun game to play, because, everyone has their own opinion on does it?
Yeah. Dude, I don't care what kind of music you like. All right? I do not care what kind of music you're into.
If you're into music, you'll learn more than your fair share.
You just have to go watch this thing. You just have to. Yeah. I mean, and the other Toto thing is this. And it goes back to the life lesson thing. Toto were down and out. Their record company was about to release them. Like, because they had those initial hits back in the 70s. In the 70s, and the record company was like, you haven't had a hit in a while, and it's what have you done for me lately? And they were under major pressure, and that's when they went in and wrote the album that had Rosanna and Africa.
Yeah,
their 2 biggest hits ever. Yeah. Under the pressure, almost about to lose their label. The same thing happened to Springsteen. They didn't cover that, but this has happened to a number of artists. Just when you think you're down and out, when the S hits the fan, these guys kind of crumpled in and made 2 banger songs that still get played to this day.
It's a lot of fun. Anyway, it's Yacht Rock, the documentary. It's Music Box, Yacht Rock, the documentary. It's on Max, which is HBO for some. It's available to watch. It was a lot of fun, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, dude, man. So good. I'm telling you, I may go home and watch it again tonight.
Michael McDonald, You Belong to Me, like they just reminded me of songs like, oh my God, I love that song from the Doobie Brothers. I forgot it.
And what also is cool about it, I could talk about this for the rest of the show, by the way. The other thing that was cool about it is you learn how awesome these people were. I mean, the only douchebags in the entire thing are Donald Fagen and Walter Becker, the guys that were Steely Dan. I mean, I won't spoil the end, the very last thing, because it's worthy of watching just for the end of it. But those are the only guys that weren't really embracing this. I mean, talking to Michael McDonald and listening to those interviews, like, I love Michael McDonald. I love Christopher Cross. They seem like the coolest guys out there. And I love Kenny Loggins. He seems awesome.
Kenny Loggins, new respect for him. Because I didn't even realize that he was always experimenting and stuff. And that takes guts to do that, with your career. But, and Donald Fagen, to his credit, He did sign off because a lot of his music is in it,
yeah.
and you couldn't really make that documentary without the music.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're the epicenter, like Deb said. I mean, if you're going to that king rat, in the middle of the room, that all those other rats out there something to do.
Oh, yeah. They took that Steely Dan sound to so many different projects that, when they walk you through it, just like when they talk about the doobie bounce, particular, pianos, and you hear how much music relied on it, and you never knew it in the moment, but now you do.
Oh, I'm watching it again tonight.
It's so good.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Hey, real quick before we go, did you guys hear, okay, I know this is a little top 40 stuff, but Megan Fox and MJK have broken up.
No.
They broke up. She just got announced that she's pregnant, a month pregnant. She just left him over Thanksgiving weekend for something she saw on his phone. And I want to talk about that when we get back.
Whoa.
What you do that's new, brought to you by Glenn Klossman, KLAUSMANLAW.com. Proudly sponsored since day one by Glenn Klossman, KlossmanLaw.com.
Bye.
From the Klossman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Klossman Law, KlossmanLaw.com.
Accident activity reported westbound on I-4 is causing stop-and-go delays near the World Drive exit. Another crash eastbound on the interstate has been reported near 436, causing minor delays on the interstate in that area. No major problems or delays to report on the Beach Line or the Greenway today. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. Get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
My mom says everyone goes through hard times. Right now, that's my family. But people like you make me smile. Because this holiday, we can have a big meal together as a family. For every $10 donated to Second Harvest Food Bank, you can provide 40 meals and hope when we need it most. Help today at feedhopenow.org.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
This is Cheryl Burke from Sex, Lies, and Spray Tans. The talk around GLP-1s is inescapable these days, but are you familiar with Future Health? They've made accessing qualified doctors who specialize in GLP-1s easier than ever before. I've had friends who have struggled with their weight for years, trying various diets and exercises without lasting success. And with GLP-1s, my friends actually noticed a reduction in cravings and felt way more in control of their eating habits, which led to weight loss, physical health, and feeling way more optimistic about their future. Feeling good is most important, and no matter what you do to be healthy or lose weight, for me, it's constantly honestly taking my dog for a walk multiple times a day and chasing after her. Your routines can apply science to be utilized. Everyone wins. They give millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Get up to a 30% upfront bonus to use for your retirement income, or up to 12% per year to help grow your retirement income. Whether you're in retirement or will be retiring within 10 years, Trajan Wealth can offer some of the highest guarantees in the business. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know no one wants to work forever. We all need to retire someday, and I know you've worked hard for your money. So now is the time to guarantee it. Take advantage of up to a 30% upfront bonus for your retirement income, or up to 12% per year for retirement income. Don't woulda, shoulda, coulda. Get up to a 30% bonus just for opening an account, or up to 12% per year for retirement income. Don't leave your retirement to chance. Retire the right way, the Trajan way, with Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states says Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
This is car accident attorney Jeff Kaufman with the injury law firm of Kaufman Lynn. It's hot, you're tired, the guy in the car in front of you is texting. You want to be mad, but you just finished watching 4 cat videos your wife just sent you. If it makes you feel any better, the guy in the car behind you is mad too. So put down your damn phone. If you or someone you know is ever in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. Offices, Orlando.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7 plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Yay! Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
What up, guys? Sport from Duval.
Duval.
You know, I always thought Knucklehead Island was a terrible, terrible place. But I tell you, Jack, I'll do 15 years at Knucklehead Island before I do the one day at that place Jimmy was talking about with that guy who shot his parents.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Sticking his head between the bars. My God, Jimmy.
Ragdoll his ass.
Oh.
Hey, Colbert Crew, Main 420 here. Jim, I spent all day Saturday filling about 200 shoe boxes for Operation Christmas Child, me and a bunch of other people.
Nice.
To be shipped around to kids around the world. Hope that makes you feel even more like an ass. Twerk every day around the corner, Jim is gay. Love you guys.
See you, buddy.
Get him oxygen.
Every sentence is a fight to stay alive.
Yeah. His last breath will be calling you gay.
Yeah, right, exactly. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. Deb is fascinated with the Jersey drone story, which we'll get to in a little bit as well.
Oh, just because nobody knows where they're coming from.
And they're the size of cars.
They're the size of cars. They have 3 lights underneath. They've been flying around President-elect Trump's Bedminster property, as well as, now they're being spotted in Philadelphia. Nobody has any answers.
Yeah, I saw it twice this weekend, and then I saw the video, because there's video of them, right?
Yeah.
You see the lights. And they're saying it's like the size of an automobile.
Yeah.
How do you not find that? Like, how do you not find a drone the size of a car, where that could land? I mean, how could you? For one thing, those things are loud AF. I mean, even the small ones are so loud. How could you not hear where it's going or anything?
Or see where it's taking
Right.
off. So Congressman Josh Gottheimer is calling on the federal government for more transparency, because, the FAA has shut down the airspace twice.
Right.
And it hasn't stopped them. And the sightings continue.
That's crazy. So they've been cited more than one time?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, and again, the FAA has shut down the airspace, but the people who are running the drones apparently haven't found out or they don't care.
Hey, Homeland Security, what are you doing about this?
Seriously, this is a big concern. We need drones the size of cars flying all over Jersey, and nobody has any answers.
It's got to be a military thing they're just not saying anything about, right? It has to be.
I would think if it was, it would have responded to the FAA.
Yeah. But I mean, if it's
the military, why would they be flying over?
Well, if it's the military, they would not have to respond to the FAA. I mean, because when they were flying the stealth stuff out there at Groom Lake, there were ass loads. I mean, I think they can say that like 6 or 7 or 8 years of every UFO sighting in that area was more than likely a military operation with some kind of some type of experimental aircraft.
Maybe it's like Febreze, a company like Febreze dropping air freshener over, the turnpike area on Jersey where the landfills.
Now the governor says that the mystery New Jersey drones, quote unquote, go dark when they're spotted. So I'm telling you that this is.
There's one way to get one down and figure it out.
It's crazy though that this is going on in one of our major states and nobody has any answers.
Well, wouldn't you? Here, let me ask a quick question. All right, so if you are the FFA and you are the federal government of the United States and you have shut down this airspace and you have issued a warning to the people, whomever's doing this, you've basically issued a warning.
Right.
You're not supposed to be doing this. Why don't we just shoot them down?
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Why don't we just shoot them down? I don't understand.
Well,
because you don't control where they land.
Yeah, where are they?
Yeah. But if you can see them, we have videotape of them. Somebody saw them.
Yeah. So, but by the time that video, what's going to shoot them down?
Yeah. I guess when you see them, just shoot them.
Who? With what?
Exactly. And where do they land?
A person with a pistol, or are you talking about a fighter pilot?
No, I'm talking about scramble the jets, Jack, exactly the way they do in the movies. Just scramble the F-16s. That's an old reference. Scramble the F-35s.
FBI has now joined into the investigation, and one New Jersey state senator is calling for a limited state of emergency.
Really?
Yes, because these mysterious drones are flying, and they don't know where they're coming from. They don't know who's operating them. They're not responding to orders from the FAA. These things are the size of a car, so they're bigger than what most hobbyists would be using.
Is anybody even really issuing a guess on what it could be? I mean, Jack has them up right now on the YouTube feed.
They're even
if you
talking
want to check
about,
them out.
are they UFOs? Is it from a foreign country? Is it like the Chinese weather balloon thing didn't work?
There's no way that's a Chinese weather balloon. There's no way. They're too stationary, and it's too focused in a focused area.
So if you're watching us on our YouTube channel right now, you can see the video that Jack has put up.
They're blinking, and it's got a red and green light.
That's the source and reason for the drones remains unknown as local, state, and federal investigators are looking into the matter. Nobody from the local level, state level, or federal level can say with any certainty who is operating these drones? What are they there for?
Oh, yeah, you got to blast those efforts.
They've been spotted over, in
you got to put them on
recent
blast.
weeks, you've got residents calling up saying, hey, we don't know what these things are flying over our houses.
Get a couple of those sweatsuit crew out there in Jersey. They'll take care of it for
Get
sure.
the Jersey Shore kids on the case.
Get a couple of those jumpsuit dudes out there. They'll figure it out. Yeah, they know. Trust me, they know for a fact. That is so crazy. And so is it near a military installation? I know that we keep saying the golf course because of Trump.
Well, the Picatinny Arsenal in New Jersey is a military research and production facility in Morris County. This is per ABC News that was just filed 3 hours ago, has reported 11 confirmed sightings by a police officer or a security guard in response to report since November 13th.
Why didn't they shoot them down? Why didn't he tase them?
They should shoot them down. They should shoot them all down, Jack.
So again, a military research and production facility. I think that would have a lot of value to someone outside of our borders.
And I would tell you, I think that it has to be something to do with the government, because you would assume that if you had identified objects, and the video that Jack just put up, you could literally almost read the bottom of the damn thing. It's not like they're hiding it by any means.
Well, but again, the governor says that the drones go dark when they're spotted. So
and why would you fly them at night?
Because you don't want to be spotted.
Yeah, but okay, I guess so you're just test flying them at night?
I don't know, and that's why I don't believe it's the military, because when the military wants to find the bugs in their system, they don't want eyes on the technology. That's,
Right.
most of us didn't see the stealth bomber till the stealth bomber was officially unveiled. These things, but these things have local, state, and federal officials now up in arms over this.
Yeah,
so
but-
I just think if it were the military, it would be a more coordinated response.
But why fly them over a super populated area like that when you have a facility like Groom Lake where you can get out there and fly them for days?
Because
and
it's not the military.
And nobody would see them.
It's not the
because
military.
If it was the military, you wouldn't have the FBI of Newark, New Jersey State Police, and New Jersey Office of Homeland Security, and all asking for the public to report any information related to drone sighting.
Listen to this. The mayors of 21 towns in New Jersey penned a letter to Governor Phil Murphy demanding action over the mysterious drones.
Damn, dude.
21 towns have been spotting these since the middle of November.
Yeah.
And nobody has any answers.
And I just saw that last week there was another one of the UFO meetings. And there's so many of them now, you can't really isolate which one means what. But they did get a pretty high-ranking government official in the military, I believe, to admit basically on the record that they didn't know what most of the unexplainable stuff was. Like the stuff that you look at and you're like, there's that they didn't really know. They, because we've been told for years, they had ideas of what it could be, but they couldn't share it because of classified information or whatever. But this guy basically said on the record that they had no clue.
That's what they're saying, though.
That's why those stories have endless lifetimes, right?
Yeah,
Because of that.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
Michael Mellum, the mayor of Belleville, New Jersey, posted last night on Facebook that there's going to be a briefing being held exclusively for New Jersey mayors tomorrow with the New Jersey State Police and the New Jersey Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness regarding the drones, because, again, they've raised concerns because of their proximity to both a military installation and President-elect Donald Trump's Bedminster golf course.
Crazy.
Very crazy.
And when was the last sighting?
Over this weekend.
This past weekend, there was another
'cause
sighting.
again, 21 towns across New Jersey since November 13th are like, what the hell are these things in the sky?
Oh, yeah.
Where do they come from?
We're not going to have to worry about the government shooting it. I'm telling you, somebody up there in Jersey is going to rifle up. And they're going to be like, one more time. I'm giving you one more chance, man. I'm going to rifle up.
You know what? Send someone from Florida, because you had the guy from Florida shot down the Walmart drone.
Exactly.
We just need to export our expertise.
Does it say how high they're flying? Because the video that Jack just showed, they're not that high in
They're
the air.
not that high,
I mean,
no.
you can see it pretty clearly. And what's weird is, now, I don't know about air flight. I don't know anything about that. But I know that when you own a boat, there's a red and green light, which means outgoing and incoming.
Right.
So that if you're traveling through waters at night and you see those lights, you can kind of get an idea of which way the boat's going to avoid any conflict or any crashes or anything like that. And there were red and green beacon lights on what seemed to be either side of this thing, and they were blinking pretty heavily, like they were trying to direct where they were going.
And now, like I said earlier, large drones have now been spotted in Philadelphia as the FBI investigates the mysterious drones over New Jersey.
Yeah, that could just be a crackhead with a balloon. I mean, Philly's got some that Kensington Avenue thing is kind of crazy out there. That's aliens here. You don't need to go anywhere else to see them.
Well, I mean, whatever it is, it'd be nice to see if they could get to the bottom of that, because that's just some freaky ass, boy.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. So this weekend I learned that Megan Fox has left MGK, Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, no!
And I don't care about the story itself, but I did find it interesting because she said she saw something on his phone that was disturbing and left that day.
Are you kidding? Because they're engaged?
Yeah.
They're now expecting their first baby together?
Left that day. Like, saw it and then left. What could that be? Let me ask, other than cheating or some other female reaching in and trying to get, what would that be? Rule out like child porn and stuff like that. I think that's kind of obvious. If you saw any of that on your spouse's phone, that you would immediately make a move. But outside of that really extreme stuff, what could it possibly be?
Why can't it just be cheating?
I mean, I guess it could be.
Yeah.
A snuff film.
Oh, that's funny. But I do wonder if it's just some real sketchy content. But I mean, Jack, the first thing I thought would be, he obviously had some messages from another woman or another person, or maybe some.
Oh, it's funny. I kept thinking pictures or video.
Yeah, pictures, whatever the case may be.
It's got to be something more disturbing for her to leave that day, and to call it disturbing.
Yeah, that's my thing is like, and the word was disturbing.
Well, that's what TMZ says.
I don't even know where I got the story. Hold on, I'll tell you where it is. Oh, no, I just wrote down the notes. I didn't pull the story because it was. I felt bad pulling a story like that because it's so lame. But I did find that amazing. I did find it amazing though. Like when you just pick up and leave, like you figure if it was he's a rock star kind of guy, so he's one of these guys that has a lot of women sweating him, you would imagine.
Right.
And probably getting a lot of maybe unsolicited photographs, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe some really hardcore BDSM.
Yeah. What would it have to be outside of cheating for you? Like if it wasn't a woman or anything that was like nefarious, like criminal, what would it have to be?
I don't know, but the fact that she used the word disturbing tells me that maybe he has some proclivities that she was like, yo, dude.
Yeah.
Not into that.
You know what
I'm out.
You know what I've heard recently from women? What it is?
What?
What do you think? That when they find this out, they're hauling ass. I read the story. Gambling is the answer.
Yeah, gambling.
Yeah, dude, that gambling thing is no joke. This sports gambling thing is really becoming a real nightmare because what's happening is this.
Makes it so easy.
You can do it at 18 years old. So what's happening is these kids, like these young men are getting these apps and they're like tapping in their mom and dad's accounts and they're spending all the money. They're stealing from their own families to gamble.
We're creating a problem.
Oh, it's created.
Yeah.
I mean, it is created. I would think that maybe if you found a massive gambling debt or something like that, or maybe a problem like that you could probably haul ass. I could see that for sure.
But again, she's a grown-ass woman. This isn't her first marriage. She's a Hollywood star, so she's used to odd ducks, odd behavior.
And he's an odd.
So this has got to be something that's just off the grid.
Texters are suggesting that it could be Diddy related.
Ooh. Because there's action there. Because Jay-Z,
ask Jay-Z all about that.
Jay-Z finally got named.
Yep.
That feels weird, man. Did you notice it wasn't getting the same heat as all the other Diddy stuff? That Jay-Z part was buried a little bit. That dude is powerful. One cat did not matter, though. One cat did not care how powerful Jay-Z is or Diddy, and you know who it is. 50 Cent.
Oh, Fitty. Oh, yeah. Fitty.
Sent out a meme, I guess, yesterday that said, hey, is this going to affect the Super Bowl halftime show? Because Rock Nation, Jay-Z's company, has been booking the halftime show for a while. Right. And that's why this drama with Lil Wayne and Kendrick came up, because Kendrick was invited to do the Super Bowl halftime show and Lil Wayne didn't, and it's in New Orleans where Lil Wayne is from. So it was a perceived diss, and that thing had a life for a few minutes.
And even though it seems like it's not had the same amount of heat, word is that his accuser, who was 13 years old in the year 2000 when she alleged that drugged and then raped at a party with Jay-Z and Diddy, that she may ask New York authorities to file charges.
Right.
So even though she has a civil suit against him, she's also looking to have criminal charges filed.
And that's exactly what Jay-Z said he wanted. And really, it's a brilliant move. I heard Russ and the guys talking about it either yesterday or this morning of how brilliant of a move that is. He goes, hey, look, if you're going to come after me, let's file some criminal charges. Let's make this real. Stop making it civil where you're just coming after my money based on allegations, because he's saying it's an extortion thing. Mm-hmm. And he's 100% right. I mean, he's 1,000% right. If there's zero evidence that happened whatsoever, and you're just saying it happened because there's a lot of heat on one guy that we do have some evidence on, you're gonna have to prove that. Because I mean, at that point, it's character assassination, and he's one of the richest guys in entertainment. I think maybe the richest guy in music. I believe that Jay-Z is one of them. $2.5–3.5 billion, something like that.
Mm-mm.
And his wife is also, I think together they're worth like $5 billion. So I do find that a little odd. I'm not saying that, obviously you don't know any of these people's character, and they always say this, like you can kind of judge somebody by whom they hang out with. And if Diddy is your best friend, a lot of people are going to assume that you had to have known something, right? You had to have known. Like if Jack was wrapped up doing a bunch of sketchy stuff, people would automatically assume that I would at least have to know something. But we know that's not the case.
Oh, no, we do. You are sketchy AF. And you're, if I'm a little sketchy, you're more sketchy.
No.
You're deeper sketch.
I didn't even say you were sketchy.
You're deep sketch.
Listen, I didn't even say you're sketchy, you little girl. All I said was,
hey, use your own gender.
Hey. I didn't say you were sketchy. I'm saying if that was the case.
Making friends everywhere, aren't you, Colbert?
I'm trying as much as I can.
Deep sketch. I'm going to say it till it becomes a show title.
Deep sketch. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. I've got a technical question next.
Oh, man.
Listen,
this could take an hour.
you sons of bitches. I need some quick help with a technical issue, and this is an easy one.
Okay.
And here's the thing. People are going to be like, why don't you just call Code Black? He knows everything about computers. Code Black hates it when I call him about computers. He hates it. He hates it. He hates it. He hates it. That's why I never call him about my computer problems, because I feel like an ass for doing so. Because I won't talk to him for a month, and then I'll text him, and he'll text me back. What do you need? I hate that. And,
so, Jack,
and I deserve every bit of it.
You and I get to take care of it.
Stop. All right, we'll figure it out next. And you guys better have some answers.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Happy Tuesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting a nice warm up and dry conditions throughout the afternoon. Highs will reach the low 80s, a high of 82 degrees in Orlando. But these warm temperatures won't stick with us for very long. A cold front arrives tomorrow. That will bring with it increasing shower and thunderstorm chances, but more so the cool temperatures as we head into Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. Highs will only reach the low 60s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here from my friends over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Man, this time of year, that crystal clear vision is so good. No glasses, no contacts, just really bright lights, all these beautiful sights during the holidays. That's what you want to be a part of, and you can do that with the Filatowski Eye Institute. And even better now, they're offering free LASIK consultations. Now you ask yourself, what does that even mean? Well, take your eyes the way they are now. When you go to the Filatowski Eye Institute, they will basically tell you about your eye health right now, like where you are. And then they can show you exactly where you can be, and it is amazing. This journey is simply amazing. Book your appointment now. That's text 1041 to 868686. These guys have performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures. They have the best tech out there, giving you the best results. And they even have financing. That's right, 24-month, no interest-free financing is ready to go for you. So just take the time and book this appointment to see how the Filatowski Eye Institute can make your life better, and do that virtually overnight. Just text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best, just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection. Trajan Wealth is held to a fiduciary standard, which is the highest standard of care in the advisory business. And that's just one of the many reasons we have billions of dollars under our care and attract clients from other advisors. Raise your standards today and call Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm a school teacher, and my husband is a firefighter. One day, we got the worst call of our lives. Our son was in a serious accident. We heard Glenn Klausman on Real Radio and called him to help. Mr. Klausman genuinely cared about our son and fought multiple insurance companies to get us a great result. We could reach him 24/7 on his cell phone. Mr. Klausman was our guardian angel.
I'm Glenn Klausman. Contact me at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Office, Winter Park.
Be sharp, be on budget, be in the know, and become your own success story. At Valencia College, you can earn an associate or bachelor's degree for about half the cost of a state university. And our financial aid team is available to help you get your college costs even lower. It's success without the stress. Be smart about tuition. Become a worry-free student. Apply now at valenciacollege.edu. Classes start January 6th.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Brought to you by Rosen Center Holiday Brunch Buffet. Reserve today at rosencenter.com.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Are you offended? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, Jimmy, Big Daddy Dave here. Remember when the Chinese balloons got spotted? They scrambled some jets up real quick. So you're trying to tell me that these things are flying over New Jersey?
Exactly.
And they haven't scrambled jets on these things
Exactly
yet?
what I'm talking about, dude.
Come on now.
Thank you, buddy.
These things, they're military. The military knows it. Maybe they're just putting them up there, letting people find them so they can work on.
Here's the one standout thing to me about the New Jersey drones. They said they're instituting a limited state of emergency to make it so people cannot fly or operate drones in that area right now until they figure this out. Well, in order to enforce that, they'd have to find the people flying those drones. So if they have the technology to do that, why can't they find the people flying these drones?
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking, man. It's like it's a little too much. I mean, to have not acted on it. You know, so many people have seen them. They're so big. And like he said, I mean, we had a balloon in the sky. We scrambled the jets. And these things are spotted multiple times. And everybody's just, okay, I mean, I guess we'll just deal with it.
No, I mean, that's not how they are. But that's why I'm thinking it's not the military, because they're letting, a couple Northeast states panic.
Right, yeah.
I mean, that doesn't seem, seems counterproductive.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Those are talkbacks, by the way. You can leave one. It's absolutely free. Get the iHeartRadio app that is free. Go to Real Radio. You'll see a microphone. Use that to send Jack your comment. We'll get you on the air as well. Going back to the MGK thing real quick before we move on with my technical issue.
That's Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly, right?
He's just being hit.
Right. So I think the guy's the biggest.
I find it sus.
He just seems like a D-bag. So with this said, all right, so, somebody brought something up on one of the talkbacks or on the texting service that makes sense, but there's a two-way edge here, Jack. Now listen, because I think maybe you will understand what I'm coming to say, all right?
Yeah.
What if she found out he was sending photos of them having sex or her naked to friends? Right? That'd be bad, right?
Oh.
That would be awful.
Yeah.
If she went through his phone and found out he'd been forwarding pictures of them having sex or pictures of her naked to
Simmer down, Jack.
to his friends, right?
Yeah, how do I get these?
That's awful, right?
Yes.
but not as bad if she did it, though, right? Isn't that an odd thing? Wouldn't be as bad, right? You wouldn't be as angry if she sent those to a friend showing him killing it, that it wouldn't be the same exact thing, would it? It would not have the same impact, would it?
Right.
It would not.
Right.
Because for guys, like if a guy's like,
Yeah, but that's assuming you look like you're killing it on video.
Well, yeah, and you're 100% right. But if you think if I sent pictures of my wife and I in compromising scenarios where you could see her fully unclothed, she should leave me immediately. Like that is a gross. I mean, that is a gross
betrayal of trust.
Betrayal of trust and betrayal of a marriage, betrayal of every possible way. It is so gross. But if I found out that my wife was sending videos or pictures of me to her friends, I wouldn't be as upset.
But I have a feeling you'd want to know, well, what pictures?
Well, I mean, the thing is
that's assuming you know what pictures she sent. You have no. You could have been bending down in the bathroom to pick up your retrieved toothbrush.
Okay, you're 100% right. But even then, most guys' very fragile ego would be like, oh, she thought I looked good enough naked to send it to her friends. Guys think like that. Are you kidding? Guys would probably get a little turned on if they found out that their wife was sharing intimate videos of them with her friends. Not with guys, but with her friends. A dude would probably think that's a little hot. That does not work the other way, though.
And he would probably also think that that's kind of eluded permission, right?
Yeah.
That if one of the friends thinks you're hot, that the wife is like, well, I don't mind sharing.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. Like,
that's not going to happen.
Look, it'd be like almost like if your kid, won the science fair, you're sending that picture out to everybody. But if your kid gets busted setting the school on fire, you're not sending that photograph or that story to anybody. It's the same kind of thing. Like, you're proud of me for the job I do sexually and how I look naked, and I will tell you, it wouldn't be the worst thing that ever happened.
Well, I could imagine with guys, you wouldn't want to know that your friends now know what your wife looks like naked.
Yeah, no.
So I think that appeals as well to the male ego because that's mine.
Oh, yeah,
so,
yeah.
And I'm not sharing that with you.
Yeah.
Is your technical question how to get naked pictures of you out of the cloud?
No, my technical question is this. How do you get stuff that's in your keyboard out? I've got my O sticks.
Yeah.
My I doesn't work hardly. And now my 0 is misfiring as well. And I have a MacBook Pro, and I'm telling you, it is driving me 1 trillion% completely. I almost smacked it against an oak tree. Crazy. Because my password to get into a number of my things have those letters in them.
What's your password? Share that.
So, and I don't have that thing where it'll show you what the thing is. It just gives you the dots. I don't know what dot means what.
That's why you were in here with the can of air the other day.
Oh my God Almighty!
So the first step is compressed air.
It doesn't work. It did not work.
Yeah. So it might be.
Oh, I don't want to take it to Code Black.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to.
It probably needs to be opened up.
Can you vacuum it? Like if I took a vacuum, like a shop vac, and just hovered it over the keys, would that work?
If compressed air did not blow it out, the vacuum's not going to do it.
You're gonna have to take the individual letters out and scrub around them. Yeah. Get Windex on a Q-tip.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. Yeah, there's no way I'm taking this thing apart. Are you kidding?
Go for it.
No.
I'm the kid that
needs to be done. But you shouldn't do it.
I would get the toy and play with it for 4 seconds and then tear it completely apart.
Yeah,
and put it back together with many extra parts left over.
Yeah, you probably. That's Jimmy cleaning his keyboard.
Jesus Christ. You should hear me.
You got your plans for tonight.
You should hear me in the house. I'm like, God, come on.
Why? We can hear it here.
Oh, man. How do you do it, though? What's the best way? Is it just compressed air? Is there anything else I can do other than compressed air?
That's all you're allowed to do.
I'm gonna go bother Frank for another can of compressed air. And by the way, if you don't spray that at the right angle, it'll freeze your damn fingers off.
Yeah. So it's either that, you go to Code Black, or you go to the Mac store.
Oh, and I'm not doing that.
And you pay them to do it.
I'm not talking to those nerds. I'm not going in there and letting them look down their nose at me. Because that's what they're going to do.
Then let your best friend look down his nose.
Exactly.
Because
But
he already
somebody
does.
is going to be looking down their nose at you.
It seems like I'm being bullied already. I haven't even done anything. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. You know, this situation with this killer has been very interesting, and I heard Sean bring this up earlier. Have you guys read anything about how this reward money is to be put out?
No, but I hope it goes to that McDonald's employee, because somebody texted us earlier saying the NYPD was taking credit for finding him.
Look, man, there's a lot of really shaky stuff around that. Now, I know that it's just through dealing with Detective Barb over the years with Crime Line that, you know, it's anonymous. You get the tip if it leads to the arrest, and off you go, right? No problem. Man, I read the rules for this thing today when it comes from the feds. It is a joke. Like, it's a joke. It is literally like a bait and switch program, because they don't have to give you, when they say 60,000 or 50,000, it's up to that amount.
Oh.
And I'll tell you more about it in a second.
Your chance to win tickets to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Looking at heavy traffic on I-4 westbound due to a crash that blocks the left lane just after State Road 46 up in Seminole County. Looking at a disabled vehicle blocking the westbound left turn lane on Colonial Drive at the John Young Parkway intersection. If you happen to see other traffic problems today, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by thenicklygroup.com.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenicklygroup.com.
Compare your quote. It is so easy with that mortgage guy, Don. Already have a mortgage quote and you're wondering if it's any good? You know, a recent study showed that less than 20% of us compare our first mortgage quote with that we get. But you don't want to be a slacker. You want peace of mind. And that mortgage guy, Don, can help. It's so easy to compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just go to the website, hit the button that says compare, and upload your quote. That mortgage guy, Don, will tell you if it's any good, and you can get a quote with no hard credit inquiry. It's peace of mind at your fingertips, so don't miss the boat. Compare your quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
It's the holiday season at Wawa, where you can find gift cards for everyone on your list. Pick up a card for the Wawa fans in your life and for fans of other brands like Sephora, Roblox, Amazon, and more. Grab one for your boss, teachers, or your favorite delivery driver. And don't forget the family gift swap. Happy holidays from Wawa, your one-stop gift card shop. Gotta have a Wawa.
Orlando Sentinel's newsletters help you stay up to date on the latest Central Florida headlines. Get morning report and evening update delivered to your inbox every weekday. Sign up for free at orlandosentinel.com/newsletters.
Want to make this the most unforgettable Christmas? International Diamond Center is here to help with our most dazzling selection ever and 5 years zero-interest financing. Imagine the look in her eyes opening that box, seeing an elegant diamond tennis bracelet or a stunning pair of diamond earrings. IDC showcases are fully stocked with the classics, as well as the latest one-of-a-kind fashion jewelry from world-class designers. Unique, handcrafted items you can't find anywhere else. And relax. Our non-commission experts will guide you, respecting your price range and offering tips on can't-miss gifts for this season. You'll get the unbeatable value price IDC is known for. Plus, spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest. This year, give the gift that sends the message of love like nothing else. A meaningful and memorable piece of jewelry from International Diamond Center. Get holiday store hours, directions, and more at shopidc.com.
I'm Keith, founder and owner of International Diamond Center. Merry Christmas from all of us at IDC.
Altamont Springs, Waterford, and Millennium Mall.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipes, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
Are you prepared for the future? At TK Law Firm, they understand the importance of securing your legacy. Whether you're looking for a will or trust, they can help. Don't leave your legacy to chance. Visit onefirmforlife.com for your free consultation. Protect what matters most. TK Law Firm, your partner in estate planning excellence.
You've got great taste. That's why Wawa lets you customize a delicious roasted or crispy chicken sandwich, just the way you want. For you, the Heat Honcho that tests your spice tolerance with seasoning and buffalo sauce. Or you, the Forget the Pit Master, who prefers barbecue sauce, bacon, and no extra work. Or you, the supporter of Southwestern flavors like avocado, fajita veggies, and chipotle sauce. You've got great taste. And now, you've got Wawa's roasted and crispy chicken sandwiches. Chicken how you wanna. Wawa.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. This is why YouTube was created at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Hey, how's it? Ohana, let me tell you something. Learned a thing or two working in general aviation. There's nothing going on in this country that the FAA doesn't know about and or the military. There are private companies that do assist the Department of Defense. They do that in the Middle East. They do it all over, actually. So they're quite aware of what's going on and what's flying in New Jersey.
Well, this is my take on these damn drones. And Jack, you should know because you're from Jersey. This is what happens when you put steroid needles, hair gel, and a bunch of old birth control pills in the Jersey dump. The Decepticons have birthed some kind of drone. And now they've come back to take over Jersey and New York. Yee-hoo! Go Jersey!
Wow.
He could be right.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. That's a talkback. You can leave one as well. It's free. Get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio and use that microphone to send your comment to Jack. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well.
I just wanted to let you know that we have the smartest audience in all of talk radio.
We do.
And someone texted us earlier at 77031.
There's a few dim bulbs in that group.
There sure is.
Yeah.
But there's one brilliant person who had a dire warning for you, Jim Colbert.
Which would be?
Do not let Deborah get anywhere near a computer with Windex. If you're going to clean electronics, use 91% alcohol.
That's right. Yeah, I know that. You don't use Windex. I know that.
Just like you don't use a Swiffer in your fiance's PS4 to get in there where the little disc sits. Yeah, you don't want to use a Swiffer there.
You don't do that? No.
Nope, you don't do that.
Keep Deborah away from all electronics like large televisions.
Hey, Jimmy used your whammy bar.
Yeah.
But somebody did say to use hand sanitizer on the stuck keys.
That's wild because I grabbed a can a second ago and I was walking over because I did find a can of compressed air over in the engineering department. And the can I grabbed at first, though, said flux remover. That would have been bad to send into my keyboard, right?
Yeah, you only use that on the flux capacitor.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. But I did spray some compressed air in there, and it looks like it's going to be fine. And people are saying I can pull these things up one by one.
Yeah.
But I am so terrified to do that.
Yeah, that's a Mac thing.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't have a MacBook, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
I've seen that before where it's kind of like a layer.
Yeah, and they're saying that you could get a silicone like overlay that covers this, and I should because I eat in front of this thing all the time.
Oh
that explains why the buttons are sticky.
It's crumb crazy in there. I know it. I know there are so many crumbs in there. I mean, scary crumbs for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. What are you laughing at?
I was thinking, what a great birthday gift idea. Wait, tomorrow's Wednesday. It's his birthday. Last week was his birthday.
Yeah, last week was his birthday. Yeah, absolutely.
Christmas is coming up, though.
Yeah.
Do you eat all that cake?
No, but I do have a couple pieces left over. I have eaten some of it. It goes great with coffee, by the way.
Yeah?
Just like I said, it's
Good.
very, very good with coffee. And it was so delicious, by the way. That white chocolate and raspberry.
yeah.
So delicious.
I searched for that recipe.
So thanks. So this the CEO killer, Luigi Mangione, it sounds like
Manicotti.
Manicotti.
It does, doesn't it?
He sounds like he should be part of a band, a classical band.
I expect him to be part of Mario.
Yeah. And he's got these big man. He should have shaved his eyebrows. That's the number one thing. I mean, his eyebrows are like he's got like some booming ass eyebrows. But I guess the guy is apparently brilliant. And
Master's degree in engineering.
Yeah, he's from a wealthy family in Baltimore.
Yep.
He was the high school valedictorian. He was an Ivy League graduate, maintained an active social media presence. But when he started getting back pain is when he started changing. That's what everybody is saying, that he just basically disappeared after this back pain. And you said that his photograph on his Instagram was...
Or his Twitter feed, it shows the screws in his back from what probably was a spinal fusion.
Exactly what it was. And he said, what's weird, though, is when they're taking... The video that's playing right now is they're taking him into jail. And, he's got his jumpsuit on and the whole 9 yards. And they have him, stereotypically, he's handcuffed. And, the cops have, that crook in the elbow by the hands. And he kind of shakes him free and then starts walking fast towards the door while shouting out to the media, saying something, this is a travesty or an injustice the American people shouldn't have to tolerate or something like that, right? He didn't look like his back was hurting that bad then.
Is that when the police officer grabbed him by the neck?
Yeah.
There's one picture of him, like, I'm only seeing the stills, but he's kind of snarling back. But if you look at the cop's hand, it looks like his thumb is digging directly into his neck.
Oh, really? I'm sure he is. Yeah. I'm
Damn.
sure they're going to take every shot they can. That's not a swing.
Right,
you can't do
right.
that. But he didn't look like his back is hurting there. And I'll tell you something else. He rode a bus from Atlanta to Philadelphia or to Pennsylvania.
New York City.
New York City? He rode a bus from Atlanta to New York with a bad back. He said it was so bad at some point that he couldn't sit for more than a couple hours without it being excruciating, and he couldn't walk for very long without it being excruciating, without him having to take breaks. He was isolated to his room for a while because he couldn't really do anything. I guess he was an avid surfer as well.
I wonder if his care got, it was like the doctor recommended a certain line of treatment for his back, and the insurance company said, no, you can't have that. You have this instead. And he blamed them for the pain he was in.
He must have, buddy. That's what I'm saying is obviously this changed him completely as a person because that dude went radio silent for months beforehand. There are a number of posts, I guess, where friends and family are asking, how you doing? Haven't heard from you in a while. Your family would like to hear from you. And this entire time he was going through this whole thing. And like Deb said earlier, he'd written some kind of manifesto.
Yeah.
They found on him. He'd actually written a paper earlier in his life, in his career, in his academic career, where he didn't necessarily applaud the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, but he actually called him, he goes, some people would call him a terrorist, but other people would call him a war hero and revolutionary, I think is the language he used, as if, he was starting a revolution. And of course, Ted Kaczynski's whole thing was anti-corporations.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. He was anti-corporate. And that's what this guy actually seems to be, is like, and he focused on the medical industry, obviously with his back injury or his thing, he must have had some bone to pick.
Which is interesting because, again, coming from a wealthy family, even if they had denied his care, he still would have been able to afford it.
Right. And he actually even made a note, I guess, that was on him that was part of the manifesto that said he was self-funded and nobody gave him anything. He was working alone, that he wanted that to be known, that he didn't have any other input. I guess maybe to protect his family because of their wealth.
Probably.
I mean, because I guess they were, I forget the business they were in. It's actually even a unique business that the family was in, where they made all their money, the dad. And then I guess they hadn't heard from him in a while. I don't know if he has siblings. I don't know about anything other than the family. I think
the family is shocked. His friends are shocked. Everybody who's like this, just
his former roommates.
Yeah, he's like never a violent person, very smart.
Well, he's got an attorney because he's expected to speak shortly.
The attorney is?
Yes.
To give a statement?
Yeah, they're standing by for a news conference by the suspect's attorney.
Oh, yeah, we should cover that for sure. We can bring that up. Will it happen in the segment, baby?
That's only 3 minutes longer? No.
Yeah, maybe. You don't think so? Okay.
It will not, sir.
Yeah. You don't know that.
I kind of do. These things
they
are
take a little
never.
time.
No, these things are rarely on time, and they're never early.
And you're right. I mean, I wonder if this guy's kicking himself in the ass right now, because a lot of times when you make a statement like this and you do something like this, you almost kind of want to get caught, so that because what you're trying to say is why you're doing this, right?
It seemed like he was prepared to be caught.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Jack. That's exactly because he didn't really venture far from where he did the deed. I mean, Pennsylvania is not far from New York. You know, he's not that far away. He had 6 days. Theoretically, he could have gotten away. I assumed he'd had some kind of, the backpack was full of like clothes or a costume or disguise but it was
had
full
a jacket in it.
Had a jacket and Monopoly
Some
money.
Monopoly money. They didn't find the gun that he used.
But they did find a gun on him, did they not? Because they talk about some kind of 3D printed gun or ghost
Not
gun
in
that
the
he had on
backpack.
him.
Yeah, they found the gun on him, and,
Right.
and yes, it was a ghost gun that he put together from parts from the internet.
Right.
Yeah, but it wasn't in the backpack. Divers had gone into a pond in Central Park looking for the weapon, but then when they found him in Altoona and arrested him at that McDonald's, that's when they found the weapon on him.
Right, and it looks like him. I mean, I'm telling you, because
there's no guessing.
Yeah, I'm like, that's the same dude.
I was talking to my son last night about it, and he goes, "Hey, it looks like they caught the killer." And we were texting, and I said, "Yeah, it looks like they got him." And he's fascinated like this with this stuff, like I am. And I said, "Yeah, it looks like they got him." And I said, "Well, and I said this funny. I said allegedly," and he laughed because but when you look at the dude's eyebrows and you match it with the photograph, that one brief lapse. That one brief lapse is what cost this guy, well, I mean, outside of being a murderer, that cost him being caught. Theoretically, he could have probably gone without being noticed for a while, but I don't know why he stayed so close. That's the thing that kills me the most. Like, you had 6 days.
Does it matter? I mean, if you're in Altoona or if you're in Topeka, is the only defense of that distance saying, oh, there's no chance he'd be here?
Well, no, I mean, I see what you're saying, because theoretically you can make the argument that staying close would have been the best thing because they expected him to go away.
He had actually cased the place out for a few days before the conference so that he knew, which hotel is Thompson staying at, which route is he probably going to take.
Right.
Because someone had just texted how he knew where the CEO was going to be. It was because it was an investor meeting.
Yeah. But with unlimited funds, you would have figured this. Like, if he was dead serious about this, right? So, thinking about this a little bit. If he was serious about this, there's a serial killer named Israel Keys, right? Keyes. And Israel Keys is a very unique serial killer because Israel Keys didn't have the same traits as other serial killers. And the reason they called him the cross-country killer, because what Israel Keys would do is, he lived in the Midwest, I think Utah. He would fly into Maine for a vacation, right, or a job or whatever. But what he would do is he would go get a 5-gallon bucket and build a kill kit. He'd buy a gun, he'd buy all the stuff you'd put on, and he would bury it. And then he would go back home. And then a year after that, he would fly back or drive back to Maine, retrieve the kit, and then go hunting for somebody to kill. So with this kid, it's kind of wild because he has unlimited resources, theoretically, right? He was a good kid, smart. You could assume that his parents probably would have given him whatever he wanted. Why didn't he buy and plant a getaway car? Why didn't he make plans to get away from that? If he was dead serious about doing this and not getting caught, and this being a thing, because I heard also that he had maybe another hit list. He had other people that maybe could have been part of this, that he didn't plan on getting caught, that these killings could have kept coming. Other CEOs, other dignitaries, other people maybe connected to either giant industry or the healthcare industry could have been targeted as well. So you wonder, with all these resources and the ability to do this, and smarts, the guy's not dumb, why wouldn't he make some plans to get away? Again, buy a car, put it in a parking lot somewhere, leave there, ride your bicycle to the car, get in the car, change clothes, put on a wig, whatever the case may be, and just start driving. west, east, it doesn't really matter, but nothing. I get the feeling the dude wanted to get caught. And the money from this thing is the sketchiest thing ever. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but that's what I was talking about is like, if you read the feds and the way that they dish this money out, like I said, Wasson was talking about this a little bit earlier, you're not guaranteed that $50K. I mean, it has to meet some kind of, like it has to lead to an arrest, it has to lead to a conviction, and even after that, they could still kind of dock you based on what information you got and how it worked out. It's crazy. All right, 407-916-1041. Take a little break. Come back with Scott Brown from It's Only Money. We'll do that right after this.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Fritz seems like he's got the healthiest organs. I don't know if you really do, but you seem like you do. I mean, Sea Lion's organs are fine. They seem to be functioning.
I would like his liver. It's bigger than mine.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be anything.
News junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
Heavy traffic continues on I-4 westbound this afternoon due to accident activity blocking the left lane on the interstate just after State Road 46. Still looking at delays in the usual spots on I-4 as well, east and westbound down by the major attractions exits. If you come across other traffic problems today, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Entertaining in your backyard this holiday season is a piece of cake with help from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. By the way, guys, if you have somebody in your family that you really think deserves the Christmas present of a lifetime, these guys have grills and smokers from the best companies out there. Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, Napoleon, or maybe even a family breakfast on your brand new griddle, a pizza oven for a personal pizza night. All of those are great gifts. But Tools Ace also has Polywood outdoor furniture available, dining sets and Adirondack chairs. This stuff is beautiful, virtually indestructible, and it will not fade in the Florida sun. But look, when it gets cold, which is happening in a couple days, you want to make sure everybody at your gig can stay nice and warm. You can do that with a fire pit, firewood, patio heaters, and propane to keep everyone nice and warm when that temperature drops. Get it all assembled and delivered to your home for free when you spend $3.99 or more on grills or patio furniture. Just visit one of their 13 Central Florida locations, or you can shop online. That's easy. acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your backyard place.
Hey, it's Jenny Garth here. The talk around GLP-1s is inescapable these days, but are you familiar with Future Health? They've made accessing qualified doctors who specialize in GLP-1s easier than ever before. My friend has struggled with their weight for many years. It was always up and down. She tried fad diets, never saw lasting results. So she started using GLP-1s, and not only did the weight come off, but she also gained more energy to do all those activities that she loved the most. I'm all about feeling my best and living my life in a healthy way. It's incredible how science is able to help us achieve that healthy lifestyle that we are all striving for. Future Health gives millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare service provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Brought to you by Rosen Center Holiday Brunch Buffet. Reserve today at rosencenter.com.
So you want to be my client. You think you deserve fair compensation for your injuries. Well, you got to call me. Can't just keep listening forever. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one. Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Had enough of this country? Ever dreamt about starting your own?
I planted the flag. This is mine. I own this.
It's surprisingly easy.
55 gallons of water, 500 pounds of concrete.
Or maybe not.
No country willingly gives up their territory.
Oh my God.
What is that?
Bullets.
Listen to Escape from Zakistan on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Escape from ZAQ-istan to start listening.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
I think Jimmy doesn't want Code Black fixing the computer because he might see pictures of Jimmy Porky Pigging it with his beautiful wife, Tori.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah. I agree. Who wouldn't want to see her Porky Piggin? 407-916-1041. That's a rhetoric. We don't need to answer that. You don't need to answer that. You can just leave that to yourself. Jack is already thinking. I can feel it.
You put the visual out there.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
Let's do It's Only Money.
Helping people passionate about planning for their future rise above investment myths to build real wealth. Isn't that really just common sense financial advice?
It's both.
Oh, okay. It's Only Money with Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Let's give it up for Scott Brown. EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com, fiduciary in town for 38 years, managing portfolios here in Orlando. I'd say that's a pretty good run.
Yeah, it's not bad.
At any business.
They haven't figured me out yet.
That's a good run.
Yeah.
That's a good run for a grocery store, much less a fiduciary.
Well, I started here in a grocery store.
Yeah,
So
did you
I
really?
think I told you. I unloaded trucks at Publix.
Oh, yeah, baby.
My first couple of years in the business because I wasn't making any money and I had to eat.
Yeah, man.
So I unloaded trucks at Publix from midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning and put on my tie and smiled and dialed and tried to build a clientele, and here we are 38 years later.
Smiled and dialed. I love
that. Used to be a thing, man.
I love that corporate lingo.
Back in the biz. me and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Hey, before we get into the stuff here about investment and money and stuff, I've got a couple things to ask you. Firstly, thank you because Scott is going to be our celebrity chooser this week.
Oh, that's right.
For What'd You Do That's New, which we'll cover next Tuesday. And this is your first time doing this?
It is.
Yeah, very nice.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to see what you have.
Yeah.
You know what? Doesn't necessarily have to be money related. It could be something just from you personally. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Yeah.
There are no parameters.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
I already got it, man.
Okay, very nice.
I already got it.
And then secondly, I have to ask you this, because this time is approaching for our show. How do you handle gifting your employees during Christmas?
Ooh.
How do you do that? Yeah. Are you
Go high here,
Are you a
$10,000 a person?
There you go, Jimmy. Are you a money guy, or do you go? I mean, how many people do you have employed there at the show?
At the Orlando office, we have 33, I think.
Okay, 33 in total, like a little bit more than that?
Way more, double that.
Double that. Okay,
throughout
so
the state, yeah.
like 70 employees or so.
Yeah.
So do you have a Christmas bonus program? I mean, with that many employees, it makes it tough.
Yeah.
Or do you try to buy them something individually? That would even be more difficult. Or do you save gifts for the senior members? How do you handle that, by the way?
Yeah, I certainly don't segregate. Doesn't matter what your seniority or your position is. So I do not, for the most part, do Christmas bonuses. And people are going to go, oh, that sounds stingy. But I do quarterly bonuses to my team as they participate sort of in a profit-sharing situation. And I asked them years ago, would you rather get some gift at Christmas that maybe I got in the discount bin at Penny's because I don't know what to get you, or the token bottle of booze, or would you rather have quarterly bonuses where you participate in our profitability? And obviously the resounding answer was yes, we'd rather have quarterly bonuses. I do have a couple of staff folks that I do give a Christmas bonus to, and typically that can be anywhere from a week to 2 weeks pay.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So,
Yeah.
so it looks like you guys will be getting $50.
Yeah, nice. Did you give them a raise?
Well, every year, I want to make sure that we get them something nice. Now, the funny thing is you said last year I got you the AirPods, but that wasn't last year, was it? Was it the year before?
It was last year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because I thought I got you a bunch of gift cards to Michael's, or was that for your birthday?
That was for my birthday.
Got it. Okay. I wanted to make sure the
Yeah.
same thing. Okay, very good.
Mm.
She's big on the Michael's thing, and that's, I mean, women
Can't go wrong.
Women are impossible to buy for to begin with.
Yes.
We know this is men.
This year we're locked into an Apple Watch. And Deb, what did you want?
No, I gave these guys a limit or a little bit of a money thing. I guess they were talking about this on the Monsters today a little bit.
Yeah.
Of I know last year I spent like $300. I may do a little bit more this year because we're down one employee, so I can spend a little bit more.
Understood.
Okay, so I don't know what to
That
get.
seems reasonable. The watch is a Rolex is nice too.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been telling him.
Hey, Scott Brown.
Scott, I've been telling him I need a new car.
Yeah, right.
And that's a real easy fix.
Don't you love these guys?
Yeah, that's awesome. You're the gift that keeps on giving.
I try to breed an environment of non-entitlement. That's what
It
I
ain't
try
working.
to breed here. Yeah,
It ain't working.
We learn from the best.
All right, again, Scott Brown, EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com, a fiduciary and portfolio manager in town for 38 plus years. And every week you send us a couple things to talk about, which I find quite interesting.
Yeah.
And these two are actually good ones. I mean, really, really interesting things. And the number one thing here is things that are obviously true do not take long to explain. I think you could probably apply that way beyond the financial sector.
Yeah, I mean, if I said to you, if I said to you, look, if you're diligent, you save, you're responsible, you don't go into a lot of debt, and you work hard, you'll probably do okay financially. Would anybody in the room dispute that, right?
No.
That is an obvious...
Head down, grind it out, save your money.
Like, there's just no disputing that,
Yeah,
right?
none.
Okay. But if I said to you, I asked ChatGPT to explain cryptocurrency to me, and ChatGPT said cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual form of currency that uses cryptography for secure financial transactions, control of the creation of new units, and verification of asset transfers. It operates on decentralized network based on blockchain technology. Here's the overview of how it works, blockchain technology. I could go on for hours on describing blockchain, but it doesn't. There's an element of truth to what's being said, but there's nothing about it that you can go, that is definitely right.
Yeah, that's
definitely going to work.
That's what Buffett says. Buffett says, if you can explain it to me, I'd be interested, but nobody has done that yet. Nobody can explain what it is. I can't hold it in my hand,
Yeah, I again, like if you go to see a financial advisor, like if you come into my office, I'm probably going to say one of the same things I say all the time, which is we'll work hard for you. We're honest people. If you need help, we're going to give you help. We've been through markets for nearly 40 years. We understand how to behave, not control, but behave when markets act in particular ways. We'll help you with the planning, help you understand the taxes, and so on and so forth. And you can listen to that and go, yeah, that makes perfect sense. There's nothing to not like about that. Versus another advisor, you might walk into the office and they start talking about betas and standard deviations and a variety of private equity deals and real estate deals, and they could do this and they could do that and they could climb the tree and they could jump the river, or whatever. They're going to talk until you're worn down and feel silly asking a question.
Right.
So the simpler something can be described to you, the more likely it is to be true.
And is this like a precautionary tale kind of a statement? Is that what you say this for? Because as people are out there and they're trying to sell you different financial products, whether it be crypto or anything else for that matter, some investment, we hear commercials on this station all the time about gold investments or other investments and stuff like that. Is that applicable across all those platforms, or is it specific to one individual one?
No, I think it's applicable to everything. First of all, like you said in the beginning, that's true of just about anything you're trying to do. If somebody overcomplicates something, it's because they don't understand it enough to explain it to you in simple terms, right? If they can't break, like if you go to the doctor and they start talking to you in medical jargon, you're just going to shut down, right? And it may be that they don't know how to explain it to you properly. But again, if somebody understands their craft, if somebody understands the investments, if somebody understands how it applies to your situation, they can make it simple enough quickly enough to help you understand it.
Yeah, and there's actually a term for that for one specific occupation, and that's legalese.
Yes.
Right? We've heard that so many times with attorneys. Speak to me outside of legalese. That way I can understand what you're saying, because in the legal world, things can get very confusing just by the way they're worded. Hell, we see this with the amendments every year, right? You have to have a news story to tell you what they're actually saying in the amendments that we get.
I was just talking to somebody about paperwork. I was talking to some supervisor and compliance people, also known as lawyers, and they were telling me, well, we've got all these disclosures. Now, I was explaining to them, you do realize the more disclosures a person has to sign, the less likely they are to read it. Right?
Yeah.
If you think about it, if you hand somebody one document, you say, these are the things to think about, they're going to probably read it, right? If you hand somebody 20 pages, they're going to be like, I give up.
Yeah,
I'm just signing it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I've told you the story when I bought my first house.
I was going to say, that sounds like a closing for a house.
Yeah.
So many papers, it's like, make sure you read them before you sign them. It's like, how many years do you want to sit here?
Or anything titled terms and agreement. Anything with that on the paper anywhere.
Yeah. You're not, it's intentionally confusing. It's like like I said, when I bought my first house, I asked, what are these things? And the mortgage broker said, it don't matter, because if you don't sign it, you ain't getting a house. So, I signed it and moved on. So the point being, again, if somebody's talking over your head, or they're using jargon, or they feel like they got to go on and on and on and on and on till they wear you down,
right? Yeah.
And you haven't understood the value that you're getting from this conversation and or relationship within the first 60 to 120 seconds, you should probably rethink the situation.
Exactly. He's talking to Scott Brown here, Edgewater Family Wealth, edgewaterfamilywealth.com. We're talking It's Only Money. Second question here is, this is the great one, buddy. This is a great one, because I think this is an assumption across again, many platforms you can apply this to, that automatically you think, well, the company's big, they must be successful, so they must have it right. They must be doing something right. Do the large organizations really have the answers any more than anyone else does? That's a great question. And I'll tell you why, because a lot of people, and I am as guilty of this as anybody, because it's a logical way to think. Big, successful company has to be doing it right. Let's go with them.
Yes.
Right? That's not a stupid way to think, but it isn't the smartest way to think at all times either, is it?
It's not. I mean, if you think about 2008, Merrill Lynch, gone. Shearson, gone.
Yeah, too big to fail, right?
All big companies that we admired and respected. Now, Merrill got merged into BOA, but essentially they were forced to.
Did the Lehman Brothers get caught up in that as well?
They are gone.
Yeah.
So, again, if you think, well, big companies got it figured out because they're big. Well, I had a client once say to me, and I'm not picking up Fidelity. Fidelity's a great company, and they do a great job, and they offer
damn sure better be.
They offer wonderful products. So don't anybody write me any nasty notes from Fidelity. But
I'm about to come over to this table.
Yeah, I had a client once say to me, I only buy Fidelity funds. Now, Fidelity's huge. They're the largest platform out there, I think, maybe second to Vanguard, right? And he said, I said, what do you mean? He said, well, they have the best funds, right? So they have like 300 and some odd mutual funds. And I said, all right, well, you're going to have to explain that to me. What do you mean they have the best funds? He said, well, they just know more than other people. So, all right, well, if they know more than other people, why don't they just have one fund?
Right.
Why wouldn't they have the fund, the smart fund that always does the right thing? No, they have 350 funds because 340 of those funds are going to struggle, and 10 of them are going to do well in any given year, and those are the 10 they're going to advertise. I'm not picking on Fidelity. Everybody's guilty of this. Funds go through cycles just like markets go through cycles. So if you're with Fidelity, don't get all upset and don't sell your account. That's not the point.
Yeah, because right now somebody's texting their wife and says, this guy on Real Radio says Fidelity's going under. Let's go buy the boat. That's exactly what they're saying right now.
Well, you can buy the boat, but that's not what I'm saying. So my point is you shouldn't just say, well, this is a big company. Clearly, they're going to do right by me. Clearly, they know more than the next person. They don't. They don't know more than the next person.
But how do you sniff that out, Scott? I mean, how do you do that, though? Because nobody in the world, I'm sure you included, thought that Merrill and Lehman and all those guys had any possibility of doing what happened. And, nobody thought that was going to happen, right? I mean,
honestly, no. I think there's a handful of people that's well documented at this point. They've made movies about it, The Big Short and whatnot.
Right.
But that guess this could happen. The rest of us were kind of like, well, these are large institutions. They should be. And at the end of the day, the government saved them in one way, shape, or form. Yes.
Yeah, them and a number of companies.
Yeah, a lot of big companies. So. I mean, the reality is you can't know the inner workings of every large company, and that's not my point. But you should also not blindly give money to an institution just because they're big.
Is there an indicator for you? I mean, like, again, because we talk about investment as people kind of stepping into that world now, is there an indicator for you that the company that you're working with is legitimate, that they know what they're talking about? Is there a magic question? Is there a magic thing to look for in their, in their mission statement or anything like that?
No, I don't. Again, I don't think you can sniff out corporate, discrepancies on your own. I think what what I do when I deal with people, whether it's a big company or a small company, is I look at the person I'm dealing with. So if you have an advisor at UBS or an advisor at Merrill Lynch or an advisor at Morgan Stanley, I wouldn't worry a whole lot about those companies. What I would worry about is the person I'm doing business with.
Right.
I have friends at all of the companies I just mentioned, and most of them are wonderfully nice people. And they are honest and they have integrity. I also know people at every one of those companies I wouldn't give a nickel to.
Really?
Right? So again, it's who you're talking to. What is their reputation? Where did you get the reference from? What are their intentions? And again, it goes back to what we started with. Are they saying something you can understand, or are they trying to impress you in order to get your money?
Right. If somebody comes to Edgewater Family Wealth and they're thinking about doing an investment, they're at the end of their work career, they've got their 401k, they're saved up money, and they're coming to you to put it in the places it need to be put in. I mean, do you give them some type of, not a prospectus, but some type of information on yourself? Like this is, almost like a one sheet on you. Hey, if you're doing business with us, these are things you can check to make sure that we are on the up and up. Here are my returns for the last so many years, whatever. Do you guys do stuff like that?
We actually have something we call an onboarding process, and our onboarding process is documented. So if you decide to do business with us, we give you a schedule of the things we're going to do, say week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, what you can expect from us, what we expect from you. Because sometimes you get a client who's not participating. They say, well, I'd like to do this, that, or the other, and then you don't hear from them for 8 weeks, and then they wonder why nothing is done. So we have expectations too.
Or they call you up and say, hey, I'm ready for my Lambo.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had my money for 2 months.
That's right.
That's what you do, right?
You did give me $1,000. That's fair. But yeah, so the reality is, yes, we are very particular about how we define ourselves. We're very clear about what we can and most importantly, what we cannot do for you.
Oh, really?
The Lambo being one of those.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody just texted and said, hey, that's my broker. So you got a couple of fans
I
out
don't
there.
know who that is, but I'm sure they're a wonderful person with excellent judgment.
So going into the holidays, does this time affect, like this time of the year, is there ever a time of year you're like, well, let's wait till the beginning of the year before you make your move? Or does it really have a season? I know we've talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
There's no season,
No,
right?
it used to be on Wall Street. I'll use Wall Street to cover everything. Obviously, we're not on Wall Street. But it used to be Wall Street would go away like at the beginning of October, and you wouldn't hear from anybody for several months. That's no longer true. The industry grinds it out through the end of the year. Sometimes there'd be a lull in stock trading and therefore returns or production or whatever you want to call it in terms of S&P returns. But no, I always tell people the best time to invest money is when you have it.
Right, yeah.
And I think the reality is you could say, well, is this the best time or is this, well, you could have said that 1,000 times over the last 30 years. As long as you're going to be in it for the long haul, I know here comes the boring part. As long as you're disciplined, as long as you're buying quality securities, whether those be stocks, bonds, mutual funds, whatever they are, you are not going to mess this up over a 5, 10, 15, or 20-year period. You're just not.
Yeah. Impossible, right?
To date, it hasn't been screwed up.
Right, exactly.
So don't you screw it up.
Somebody just texts in and says, what about only doing business with only fiduciary agencies?
I get that question a lot. The fiduciary term has been around for 30 or 40 years. Just now, it's become a bit of a marketing situation where companies are marketing the term. I think anybody you deal with that you pay a fee to, by definition, is a fiduciary. So whether they call themselves a fiduciary or not, whether they have that term next to their card or not, that is their responsibility to you as an investor.
Is that a fancy word just to make you feel safer as somebody who's giving money to somebody?
I would say a little bit. Yeah. I mean, again,
I appreciate you being honest about it.
the truth of the matter is somebody could call themselves a fiduciary and run off with your money. I mean, that's not keeping anybody from doing anything. But to answer the person's question, yes, absolutely, it makes sense to find out if they are.
And the person who just said that they are a client of yours also says, I hope Scott suggests Dumb Money or the docuseries on GameStop, AMC, or the meme stock Frenzy. I guess, have you suggested those to people before?
I must have. I don't remember doing that, but
That's how busy you are.
I don't even know what dumb money is. Is it a book or something? Or?
You got me. You got me on that one.
That's funny. All right. Well, anything else coming up this year that people should look out for?
No, we're quiet. We're in our quiet period here, going into the holidays. We will start our events back up in January. We're excited. We're going to have a bunch. We're going to probably have a dozen events next year.
Yeah, we should do that for sure.
We'll be Lake Mary. There'll be some in Winter Park and Mount Dora, and possibly a new one out in the Villages.
Nice. Well, look, man, the demand is there. I mean, when we started working together, I mean, we saw pretty quickly that people were highly interested in how they could make their financial outlook way better.
Yeah.
And I think that hearing from you, a regular guy who started with nothing and made themselves into something, really has at least their interest at heart. You don't really represent a big corporation. You don't come here wearing a suit.
I don't.
You don't do any of those things. You have hippie bracelets on
all the time.
And his T-shirt says "Bless your heart."
Yes, so I have smart-ass T-shirts on.
You're a regular dude that people feel that they can make a connection with, and that's one of the many reasons we asked you to come on and do this segment. Because
it's been
of
fun,
that. And it's been great. And I think these sessions coming up next year are going to be gangbusters, and I think they'll be standing room only every damn one of them, because I know we had that at the last 6 of these, and I think we'll continue that on.
You've been very fortunate with the folks' reaction to these things, and as I've said many times now, are on the air and in person, is most of those people will not be our clients.
Right, yeah.
Most of those people were just trying to help get started. I mean, some of them become clients. Some of them have the means at this point to do that. But really, my goal with those is, yes, occasionally we do get a nice customer out of it. But more importantly is to teach as many people as I can at this stage in my life, how do you get from point A to point B?
I got to tell you, I think what you provide, Scott, is even more important than that. And I'll end with this. I think the number one thing you provide with those is the first step.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. You and I have talked off the air about this, on the air about this. The number one problem most people have when it comes to their financial security is taking that very first step. And I think going to one of your meetings, one of your seminars, is the first step that people can take to kind of show themselves that really it's not out of their grasp. And I think where they really come into play there.
Yeah. No. Again, if we can inspire one person to take a first step and make a difference in their lives, I'm happy to have served them a sandwich and gotten that done.
EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com, right there on Edgewater Drive for 38 years. Tell me about what we're watching next week.
There you go.
Okay, we almost forgot. So here's what you need to do. I want you to watch the History Channel show, The Food That Built America, Cereal Wars. Post versus Kellogg's.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to blow your mind.
I've read a little bit on that.
It's much more dramatic than you think it is.
Old CW Post.
Oh, see, he is a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, if you want.
Yeah. That is one of the great corporate stories in the world. It really is, because everybody knows the products.
Yes.
Everybody knows
they're
products.
arguing over cornflakes, and it gets ugly.
Oh, it gets real ugly.
Yeah.
Well, one worked for one, and then they won one left, right?
Yes, there's a lot of stealing of ideas, hoarding of equipment. It's fascinating.
And there's a movie about one of them called
the Jerry Seinfeld one about Pop-Tarts?
No, Welcome to Wellville.
Ah.
I think Welcome to Wellville.
Yes, you're correct.
Is actually built on that, because I think it was Kellogg is the one who built this like cleansing community or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, he was kind of a health nut kind of guy. In post was bonkers and in his facility. So you definitely want to check this out on Amazon Prime or Hulu or wherever you watch that stuff.
Not only can you book your consultation at EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com, you can also order the 2 books.
You can get I Never Made Anyone Rich, which is my favorite book of all time, and or you can get I Got a Guy, which I Got a Guy is a guide to using a financial advisor. A lot of people don't know what to ask or how to even begin. That teaches you how to do that.
And those are both free, so go grab them. EdgewaterFamilyWealth.com. Good seeing you, big dog.
You got it.
All right, give it up good and loud for Scott Brown, guys.
Yay!
All right, trivia's next, guys. Hang loose. We'll be right back.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO Moving.com.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings, the official partner of the NBA.
Will the Vikings really let Sam Darnold walk after this season? With Darnold, Minnesota's become a juggernaut in the NFC. He's big, strong, athletic, huge arm, and reminds you a lot of Andrew Luck. He's put up a couple of dud games this year, and the Vikings have actually won both of those. Regardless of how Minnesota's season plays out, bringing Darnold back, it feels now like a no-brainer. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. If you ask anybody who's experienced LASIK surgery, they will first things first tell you it is the best move they ever made. I talk to my son about this all the time. His eyesight's still crystal clear. His surgery was done 10 years ago, and he was only 18 years old. And if you suffer with glasses or contacts, look, man, that knows no age. You could be 60 or 16. Bad eyesight is bad eyesight. But to the rescue is the Filatowski Eye Institute with free LASIK consultations. And what that is, basically, you make your appointment, you go in, they'll tell you about your eye health, where you are, and then tell you what they can do for you to get your eye health really good, 20/20 vision, and that happens basically in just a few minutes. So just text the number 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. These guys have all the experience you could possibly want, the best tech out there, and they even have 24-month interest-free financing. So just take that time to take care of yourself finally. That way you can enjoy this time of year with that crystal clear vision. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions. But preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
Sarah Silverman, Postmortem Tour.
But I would maybe say that crazy people are life coaches.
Friday, January 10th, Hard Rock Live Orlando. Tickets on sale now at Hard Rock Live box office at Ticketmaster.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com. Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah!
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Just Call Mo says drive responsibly this holiday season. But if you're injured, just call Mo.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
This week on Dudes on Dudes, the lone gunman assassin Luigi meets the boys of Rikers Prison. Oh, I can't wait to get the crumbs out of his MacBook and Swifter his whammy bar.
Jack, easy, buddy.
What?
My mic needs a blue chew. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. My name is Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
And Jack has the Jackie sack. All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo choo.
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
Here we go. We have a real cool prize this week because Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. Be pleased to put the penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, then a hay penny will do. If you haven't got a hay penny, then God bless you. All right, here we go. It's a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Don't ask.
It has nothing to do
Is Jack reading old grocery store ads?
with the. I had to learn that in school one year. I remember. We have a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra this Saturday.
TSO.
Wow.
It's finally here. The Lost Christmas Eve Tour. There's 2 shows, a matinee, an evening show. You're going to one of them if you win JCS Trivia at the Kia Center. I think it's still available. I believe it's going to be a cool show. Rock and Roll Christmas. That is the Jackie Sack brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local. Support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company and keep it local by mentioning the Jim Colbert Show, because that's going to get you a discount. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO Moving.com. Someone needs a blue chew. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Deb. I appreciate that.
Chew.
Who goes first today, Jack?
Jay, J-A-Y.
J-A-Y. Jay, how you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. How about y'all?
Doing good, man. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Game show.
All right, Jay, this is a real easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers, and one of these answers is a straight-up lie, Jay.
No.
No question. It is a falsehood, but if you can find that, I'll send you over to the TSO show coming up this Saturday night. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go, buddy. On this day in 1964, television personality, author, TV show host, celebrity chef,
TV show.
restaurateur. You probably can't beat him.
Oh.
Gordon Ramsay?
Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay. There you go.
Bobby Flay was born on this day. Here are 3 fun facts about Bobby and 1 Iron Chef of a lie. We're talking about Bobby Flay, buddy. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, before making it big in the television culinary scene, he was a stock trader on Wall Street. Number 2, he has said that if he could make and enjoy dinner with a celebrity, it would be Albert Einstein. Number 3, he's a major horse racing enthusiast and is currently on the Breeders' Cup Board of Directors. Or lastly, he's the first celebrity chef to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Which one of those is untrue?
I'm going to go the last one.
No, that's absolutely true.
Really?
He is the very first celebrity chef to get his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which I found to be a little odd. I thought for sure to be Emerald or maybe even Justin, that Cajun guy from back in the day that really kind
Trudeau? No. Justin.
You know who I'm talking about, though, right?
No, not.
He did the Cajun. He did the Cajun thing back in the day on local access TV. It was great. He would cook in this old pot. It was wonderful. Who's next, buddy?
That would be Steve.
Steve, right there at the bottom. Hey, Steve, how you doing, buddy?
How's it going, buddy?
Doing all right.
Good evening, JCS.
What's that?
Good evening, JCS.
Oh, you got it. All right, buddy.
Good evening.
We're talking about Bobby Flay. Which one of these is untrue? Here we go. Number 1, before making it big in the television culinary scene, he was a stock trader on Wall Street. Number 2, he said if he could make and enjoy dinner with a celebrity, it would be Albert Einstein. Or lastly, he's a major horse racing enthusiast and is currently on the Breeders' Cup Board of Directors. Which one of those is a lie?
I know a little bit about the first 2. I think number 3 is just a lie.
No, it's absolutely true.
Oh.
Actually, he just is getting divorced from his 3rd wife right now. He bought her a horse for her birthday, $60,000.
Wow.
He is a major horse racing guy, major. That's his thing. Who's next, Shaq?
Chris.
Chris right there on line 4. Chris, how you doing, buddy?
All right, good, man. How you doing?
Dude, you're doing great. You got a 50-50 shot at going to see TSO this Saturday night. Talking about Bobby Flay. Which one of these is not true? Number 1, before making it big in the television culinary scene, he was a stock trader on Wall Street. Or lastly, he said that if he could make and enjoy dinner with a celebrity, it would be Albert Einstein.
I'm going number 2, bud.
That's the one, buddy. You're a winner.
Yay!
Hey, for extra points that means nothing, who do you think it actually was? Because he did make this statement.
God,
I'll give you.
I have no idea.
I'll give you a hint. It's an athlete, and he has passed away.
Muhammad Ali.
Is the answer? That's exactly.
Wow.
my God.
Yeah, your girl crushed
What happened
it for
to
you.
Chris's voice?
He crushed it. That's a good teammate.
Yeah, damn sure is, buddy. You're a winner. I'm going to put you on hold. Enjoy TSO and make sure you take the yeller of the correct answer out there with you. Okay, buddy? We'll see you soon. Thanks for listening. Muhammad Ali is who he said, if I could sit down and make dinner and enjoy it with anybody, it would be Ali.
Really?
Yeah, which is weird because it has no other boxing love in his bio when you read it. It's like, dude is really into horses.
I was going to say, you'd think it would be the last Triple Crown winner.
It is true, though. Before making it big in TV and culinary world, he was a stock trader on Wall Street.
What, like the horse? Then?
No, that jockey. The horse would probably make a better interview.
Few other things.
Or a better meal.
Few other things you may not know about Bobby Flay before we get to the top of the hour. One of his only rules for his daughters is to never do this. And it's not.
Go ahead, Jack.
Okay, Jack, easy, buddy. They're young girls, Jack.
Okay.
Show your better side.
Eat fast food.
Okay, that's funny. That's a good one. If you get this, it will tell me that you are beyond special. There's something about you. It's definitely
I'm not saying
it's
that.
definitely not that, Hogan.
I was going to say to never give out their social media.
That's a great one. It's ride a motorcycle.
Oh,
there you go.
Had you said that, I would have folded my computer up and left.
I'm glad I didn't say that, because then I'd have to figure out what I'm going to talk about for the last hour, and that's not how you treat the best around you. Don't you ever forget that.
As an 8-year-old, what do you think he asked for Christmas?
A motorcycle.
A horse.
It's apt. An easy bake oven.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He is a high school dropout.
Really?
Dropped out of school at 17 years old. No formal education.
Wow.
How about that? And then lastly here, he opened his restaurant Mesa at just 26 years old.
Yep.
How long do you think it stayed open?
6 months. Go 6 years.
A year.
23 years.
No way.
This guy opened
Nailed it.
This guy opened a restaurant at 26 years old, and I will tell you, if you ask any investor in America, what the worst businesses are to invest in or open, I will tell you that 99% of them in their top 5, the first, second, or third answer will be a restaurant.
Oh, yeah. Lots of overhead, lots of costs.
And this guy managed to, at 26 years old, managed to open up one of the most regarded restaurants in that area and keep it open for 23 years. That's pretty darn impressive.
That is very impressive.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I've never heard anything about Bobby Flay personally. That's wild. I don't know anything about him. I know a lot of people in the culinary business that kind of have contacts with him. I've never heard one good or bad word about him. Not one bit.
Because he's too busy counting his money.
No S.
And his horses.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Fox did a poll, and they asked Americans a very interesting question. And I'll tell you what that is next and the answer.
Why follow Real Radio on Instagram? Because we want to send you to see the Tampa Bay Bucks in an upcoming home game. Each week this NFL season, you have a chance to win tickets. Check our feed at Real Radio 1041 on Instagram.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heavy traffic continues on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area for those taking the interstate east and westbound by the major attractions exits as well as through downtown. Looking at delays up in Seminole County as well on the interstate from the Lake Mary rest area all the way back to the St. Johns River Bridge. Looking at a good ride for the most part for those traveling on the Beach Line and the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Check engine light, oh so bright? Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change and get a quality oil change that's quick but never rushed. Go to VIOC.com to save up to $15 off. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your go-to oil change for holiday travel.
Look, man, here in Central Florida, it is so important that your AC works perfectly every time of the year. I was just looking at my weather app just to prove to myself that's the case. It's going to be 64 degrees on Wednesday. The high Thursday is 64. The high that weekend is almost 80. That you can never predict the weather in this state. And even though it's cold that next 2 days, it can be warm again where you need your AC. That's why you have to lean on Mills Air and their 30-plus years of experience to keep your AC ready to go under all situations. And their techs are awesome. You'll never feel uncomfortable when they come to your house to do service. You always get great service with integrity at a great price. Plus, these guys are Carrier Factory authorized dealers. That could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, always, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. They are awesome. You are going to love doing business with them. Call today and schedule that appointment. It's 407-277-1159. You can find them online easily at millsair.com.
One of the best gifts a kid can get is a new bike. And Real Radio has your chance to make that dream come true for kids in our community. Join Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorney, and the news junkie as they broadcast live from Inter&Co Stadium for our annual bike drive. Our goal is 104 bikes of all sizes. So bring a brand new bike, and a new bike helmet wouldn't be a bad thing. Thursday, December 12th between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. to Inter&Co Stadium. And help us help the kids. Get the details at realradio.fm/bike. Thanks to Orlando City Soccer Club, Orlando Pride, and JustCallMo.com.
Guys, experience the wonder of the holidays at Rosen Center. That's where the holidays truly do come alive. You can delight in their exquisite dining and festive atmosphere. It's perfect, absolutely perfect for creating those cherished memories with your loved ones. Indulge this season in their holiday brunch buffet featuring a mix of classic and innovative dishes created by their expert chefs. And don't miss out on this unforgettable holiday experience. Guys, listen, I called out during Thanksgiving. They sold out. So if you want to do this and enjoy this buffet we talked about a month ago, you got to do it. Visit rosencenter.com/Christmas. That's rosencenter.com/Christmas, and let the Rosen Center be your holiday destination.
For over 30 years, Fence Outlet has been here to help you create an outdoor oasis where memories are made and dreams come alive. Let Fence Outlet partner with you to turn your backyard into your favorite destination. Go to fenceoutlet.com today to schedule your free professional estimate. License number C10252 and C10803.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Sarah Silverman, Postmortem Tour.
I have a girlfriend who told me she's switching gears career-wise and is now a life coach. Look, I'm not saying all life coaches are crazy, but I would maybe say that crazy people are life coaches.
January 9th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. On sale now at hardrocktampa.com or Ticketmaster.com. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Hey, Orlando, get ready for your real estate journey with Nickley's Believe It or Not. Did you know the Nickley Group sells the most homes in Central Florida? They actually sell one every 9.7 hours. The Nickley Group sells homes twice as fast and for 6% more on average. Yeah, that's approximately $25,000 more for your home. Why? Because the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty does real estate differently. Don't believe me? Google them. They have over 3,000 five-star reviews. Get your own dedicated team of local experts and experience the difference. For a guaranteed cash offer on your home today, call the Nickley Group. Visit thenickley.com.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Proud to be a donation site for Toys for Tots.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief.
Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Spread the word, new drinks at Wawa. It's not around long, it's a limited offer. Peppermint bar sugar cookie.
The holidays are here, and so are Wawa's holiday beverages. Try the new caramel sugar cookie iced latte or peppermint mocha while the season lasts. Gotta have a Wawa.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Mr. Jim, you're talking about Justin Wilson, the Cajun chef. He taught me how to make proper gumbo with rice and chicken and shrimp and sausage and all that stuff and the spices and everything. And he was on PBS, and at the end of the show, he would have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Oh, also, he could pour a little bit of salt in his hand.
Oh. Yeah, Justin Wilson is exactly who it is.
Put some onion.
The Cajun chef, onion. Yeah,
Some onion in the pot.
That's a PBS show. It's so good. It's like one of the first ones out there, you know? All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. Jack, you said we had a special guest up here. Michael, real quick, we want to talk to?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the program.
Oh, acting young, making people talk. I want to thank your radio show so much. Y'all have saved my life that I didn't know. I went to Life Imaging, Jimmy, and they put me in that scan just like everything. And then 2 days later, the lady called me on the phone, and she was not being funny. She turned around and said, "You get to the emergency room now."
You had a blockage?
And I turned around, and I went after. She wanted me to go then. I went after Thanksgiving. Thank you very much. But anyway, 90% blockage on my right ventricle into my heart. And they said that I would have been gone. And I let everybody there know that I went to Life Imaging because of your show.
Well, thank you, buddy. We appreciate that. You know what? I got to tell you, Michael, we have heard so many people tell this very story. And I will tell you that what really happens is this. It's usually a couple, like you and your wife would go in, and you would just go in to get the pre-scans like we tell you to, right? To be proactive and not reactive. And inevitably, we've heard the story a number of times where one of the other will think the other one has the problem. In other words, the man will think the wife has the issue, the wife will think the man has the issue, and it turns out to be the exact opposite. We've heard so many people leave that room and go straight to the hospital and get surgery to save their life. So, buddy, thanks for sharing that with us. We appreciate it.
Well, I want you to know I am a loyal listener, and I appreciate your show because you have actually saved my life.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. We appreciate that very much, buddy, and thanks for listening.
That's awesome.
Be good, buddy,
welcome.
all right? You got it, man. Thanks.
Yeah, you have to listen to us now.
Yeah, you don't have a choice now.
You're not allowed to change the station.
And now that you owe me your life, you need to get out there and spread the word too, buddy.
Yeah, get more listeners.
For sure. Hey, before we get into this Fox poll thing real quick, because it's actually just an interesting tell. You know, the healthcare industry obviously has been in the limelight now for the last few days because of the unfortunate murder of the CEO of United Healthcare.
I prefer healthcare stories like Michael's.
Yeah, right. And much better, right? Have you heard about the new chip, the quantum chip that Google has invented? Have you heard about this? It hit news today. I think it started dribbling out yesterday and then hit today. So you've heard about quantum computing, right?
I 60 Minutes did a story on it. It's just the next evolution of computing, and the company that controls the quantum chip
right
controls the world.
So let me explain what we're talking about here real quick. And I don't know how this is applied, but people talked about AI being scary, and AI is a little scary. And I've got a story about that as well. We probably won't get to it today, but we will tomorrow. It says here, this historic accomplishment known in the field as, quote, below threshold, which is being able to drive errors down while scaling up the number of qubits. Now, let me explain. So one of the big hurdles of creating a quantum chip is the faster it goes, the more errors it makes. So what you try to do is, as you make the chip faster, the real technology and the real brain trust is reducing the errors that the chip makes as it goes faster. Well, they've done that, and they figured out how to do it. Now, this is the kind of computing power we're talking about. This is going to be hard to understand. I had to read it 10 times, and I still don't have a full grasp on it. In addition to demonstrating the below threshold, Willow, which is the name of the new chip, was able to perform a computation in 5 minutes, right? A very complicated computation. The Willow chip, the new quantum chip, did that in 5 minutes. The chip before this, the computer that was considered the world's fastest supercomputer, the Frontier, right? How long do you think it would take that computer to do that same computation?
30 seconds.
No, 5 years.
Okay, yeah, right.
The opposite.
The new one,
predecessor.
The new one does it in 5 minutes. The old one, you said 5 years?
Yeah.
And what do you think, Deb?
10 years.
Okay. 10 septillion years.
How many zeros after that?
I don't know. He needs the Willow chip to find out.
10 septillion years. I heard it explained like this.
Sep, would that be 7?
Yeah, Sep is 7, right? So I think it is, yeah. I heard it explained like this. Yeah. If the Willow chip can do the process in 1 minute that a normal computer or a Frontier computer, it would take it up to a 10,000 to 1 billion years to do the same computations.
Mm-hmm.
That's what kind of computing power you're talking about.
And it has to be super cold.
Yeah,
like,
mega cold.
Yeah.
Yep. It said they use the industry standard random circuit sampling to measure the chip's performance. It said classically hardest benchmark that can be done on a quantum computer today. And they're using it for battery technology and other things of that nature.
And you'll still be looking for a can of compressed air to squeeze out the keys on that computer.
Right, exactly.
I got a sticky
All right, so we'll do this before we get to breaks. We can talk about it a little bit behind. Fox News did a poll, and they asked people, 1,000 people 18 and up. That was the only parameter. They were 18 years or older, right? 1,000 people. And they asked them if they thought the government had a responsibility to provide health care to its citizens. What do you think they said?
Said this is a Fox poll?
This is a Fox poll, but they asked all Americans. It was not a biased poll by any means, and the numbers really kind of point that out. What percentage of Americans, Republican or Democrat, said that the federal government should make sure everyone has health care?
60%.
61.
62 is the answer.
Whoa!
62% said that they believe that the government...
You know what? I'm taking it as a win.
that the government should have some role in providing health care for their citizens. It says now, of course, Democrats and Republicans have opposing views on government providing health care, but the poll actually showed that more Republicans kind of believe in this than thought before. Like, you would think that maybe if you asked Republicans, it would be in the 90% range that said no, and it wasn't that at all, actually. Matter of fact, let me find it here. It said 32% of Republicans believe the government has a responsibility. I mean, that's quite a bit from what you would expect. Like, if I asked you if just Republicans, would you have even thought 32%?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have either, because people around me who are Republicans, who I know, my friends who are Republicans, they do not buy that. Of course, the word socialism comes into play there. They don't care for it. But
until their Social Security check doesn't show up.
Sure, exactly.
Or they want the fire department.
Or the Medicare, right.
It says here, Democrats and Republicans have opposing stances. 71% of Democrats support government health-run system, 20% favoring a private position. 76% of Republicans endorse private insurance, 21% favor a government-run system. Where do you think independents fall? This was actually the most interesting part of the entire thing. It's pretty apt for independents to fall here.
Less than Republicans?
It's almost exactly 50-50.
Yeah.
Which is exactly, I mean, if you think about it, it's exactly what it should be if you're an independent. It almost kind of right there be on the cusp of that, right? Because, being an independent means that obviously you have some leanings of Republican and some leanings of Democrat, and you're not willing to blend those two streams.
Don't cross the streams.
That's
we
right.
learned that in the first Ghostbusters.
Yeah, 54% of Americans approve the Affordable Health Care Act, but it says only about 50% since Obama left office. 94% of Democrats and 19% of Republicans approve of the health care law compared to 53% who support the law of independents support it.
I'm curious because the most unpopular thing of the Affordable Care Act, a.k.a. Obamacare, was the mandate that everyone had to have it or have a penalty. And that was get maximum buy-in, even the healthy people. It helps keep the costs low for everyone.
Yes.
So that was stripped away. Successfully stripped away because it was definitely the most. That was the bad taste that goes with your medicine, right?
Yes.
Okay. So on the other side, you have the benefits. You have are you can't be denied for pre-existing conditions.
Huge one.
You can keep your kids on until they turn 26, which was huge for me,
Right.
which was great. They didn't have to be going to school to be able to do that. And you get the free preventative care and annual checkups.
And you still get that now, right? I mean, you get one a year.
Yeah, all of that is because of the Affordable Care Act. So what is it we're taking away? What do we want to get rid of out of that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all I know is that every time this comes up, and I really don't know enough about it to give. You would think at some point it would have to be subsidized at some point to keep the expense low. But every time you hear about Canada's healthcare system, yeah, for sure it's free. But man, you hear the nightmares of having to wait for certain things and deal with just deal with the waits and the inability to get appointments and things of that nature. And I heard at one point in Canada a few years back, you guys remember there was that health tourism where Canadians were coming to America to get health care, and I guess it was vice versa for some things. Like in Canada, some of those issues that were really difficult to take care of, they would take you in. If you had a broken arm, you could have that for a week and a half before you get served. So I don't know where the truth is in all of that. I don't know.
I'd like to see.
I don't know where all that is.
Well, and I haven't researched it, but I know that's also a lot of talking points where people say these things because they don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. And everyone's situation is so different. It's so individual. Anyway, if you want to read that story, it's at fox35.com. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
This is Real Radio 104.1 on your phone with the iHeartRadio app and on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Looking at heavy traffic on I-4 this evening in the Orlando area, east and westbound for those traveling by the major attractions exits today. Looking at accident activity causing stop-and-go delays northbound on the Greenway. The right lane is currently blocked by the Lake Nona Boulevard exit, causing heavy traffic almost all the way back from the Boggy Creek Toll Plaza. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop limited time deals on last minute gifts now at Lowe's. Save $50 on a Werner 6-foot aluminum step ladder. Plus get select Craftsman V20 tools for only $39. Offers valid 12/5 through 12/11 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Guys, not a big secret that the real estate market here in Orlando is changing and booming now more than ever. And with your home being your most valuable asset, you certainly need a real estate company that is one step ahead of the market. That's whether you're buying or selling. Of course, that is the Nickley Group. When you mention their name around realtors, you'll know these guys are elite when it comes to that. 4,000 five-star reviews on Google tell you that answer. One of the reasons they have all of those is pretty simple. I mean, if you get with these guys, they sell homes on average for about 6% more than their competitors. So if you're looking at getting a real estate company, the one that gets 6% more of your $300,000 or $400,000, $500,000 house, you can do the quick math there. Certainly worth at least looking at them. And they sell those houses twice as fast as well. And on average, clients with Nickley Group save about $24,000 when they purchase a home using the Nickley Group. Interest rates lower than they've been in a while. That means your buying power is better than it was just a year ago. ago. And September did set the record for the highest average sales price in Central Florida. And what we're trying to say is this: Orlando is like a bubble. Our home prices here are always pretty solid. So if you're looking to make a move, get with the Nickley Group, and they can help you do that. And if you do it beforehand, go to their website. Find out exactly what can happen for you. You could get a guaranteed cash offer on your home. No showings, no open houses, close in 14 days. Get your home valued instantly. If you're kind of wondering what your house could be worth, they do that using current market data, so it's accurate. You can also list your house on the market and download their free buyer's guide while you're there. So much information about the home buying and selling process. The more you know, of course, the better deal you're going to make for sure. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
So you want to be my client. You think you deserve fair compensation for your injuries. Well, you got to call me. Can't just keep listening forever. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Give your home a gift for the holidays by upgrading your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Plus, they offer peace of mind. With Acclaim Impact windows and doors, you're investing in a product that not only enhances your home's beauty, but also significantly boosts its safety and value. Here's what Joni had to say: great workers and beautiful job. Love it. All the employees are wonderful. Thank you all. For December, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Bonus, free True Scene screen upgrade for the first 50 customers. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
This is Ashley Ganetti from the Almost Famous podcast. Can you believe all this talk about GLP-1s? Of course you can. It's all people talk about. Have you heard about Future Health, though? They make access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s easier than ever. People can struggle with weight loss for years, trying various diets and exercises without lasting success. With GLP-1s, many people notice a reduction in cravings and felt more in control of their eating habits, which lead to weight loss, physical health, and feeling more optimistic about their future. They give millions of people affordable access to knowledgeable providers who really know weight loss medications for less than $3 a day. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That is tryfh.com. Again, tryfh.com.
Tryfh.com.
Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. In Office Orlando.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7 plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Yay! Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Radio.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Christmas is coming, the goose is getting fat. Please put a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, a farthing will do. If you haven't got a farthing, God bless you.
He said ass loads.
We all need a break.
Yeah. I wonder if 2025 is going to be as weird as this year's been.
Oh, yeah.
This year has been.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like I woke up January 1st and I walked outside and spread my legs, and then for 12 months just got kicked in the nuts. Just feels like that for society. Just around the board. Just wake up the next day.
Yep.
News story, kicking the nuts.
Sounds about right, Jimmy.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Yo.
Jack is here. I don't know what that was.
Gotta go to Costco.
Do you really want to? What's
let's
Costco like this season? Is it you guys busy over there?
You know what? I
Costco
realized
action?
when I went on a Saturday, I realized going after work is the best time to go.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Saturday is
a nightmare.
crazy.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I've seen that Costco in Altamont Springs where each line they would have all registers open, and there are a lot, and each line, and it would be 10 carts. And here's the thing with Costco: there's no sliding in for a gallon of milk. I mean, every one of those buggies is a 15-minute transaction minimum. Every single one of them, because you're bringing in, I mean, small businesses in there buying all their stuff. People buying their months.
I always do self-checkout. It moves pretty quickly, but I need to get the big bag of chocolate chips for my cookie jars recipes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That's where I get the chocolate chips.
Are you doing that again this year?
I am doing that again.
I get the first one.
It is.
Give me the first one. I want the first one.
And I'll take the first Apple Watch.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Cookies for Apple Watches? That's fair.
Deal.
That's fair.
I'll give you two. So last year, so anyway, that's where I get the chocolate chips. Some things where it works to get in bulk, they have a larger bag there because I'll be making a bunch of quart jars.
How many are you making this year?
That's the thing. Probably about a dozen and a half.
Where's your cutoff? Like, where's your gift cutoff?
Here's the deal.
This is a big time thing for Christmas. Where is your gift cutoff?
Right.
Like when you shop for somebody, or you get them like what you're doing, like where you're making them something cool.
Yeah. So it's tough. It's like inviting a coworker to the party. Well, okay, if I invite Deb, I got to invite Jim. All right, but do I invite Angel? If I invite Angel, then I got to invite Russ and Ryan. Once you go into these worlds, and then it's like, where do you cleanly draw the line? And so I used to make pints because the first year I mistakenly bought half quart jars, little pint jars.
Yeah.
So that the first year was that, and so
like 4 cookies.
It made a dozen.
Yeah, did it?
Yeah, and so that's why when I realized that next year, I made sure I got the quart, which does about 2 dozen cookies or more.
I know people who do coquito, and they give that out for the holidays.
Yeah.
Like they'll give bodies. I know that. There used to be a family I knew almost every year when I was married to my first wife, God rest her soul. I would get a bottle of coquito from this family, and it would be one of the best things of the season.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, bud,
it's good.
It would be one of the best reasons for the season is getting that bottle of coquito from that Puerto Rican family.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good time.
No joke. Yeah. I mean, and it was no joke. But when it comes to like buying gifts, I heard somebody say today that you're not supposed to buy gifts for adults. You only buy gifts for kids.
Is this the same person who said guys aren't supposed to wish other guys happy birthday?
Same
what
channel.
a miserable sap.
Same channel.
Good God.
Yeah.
No wonder no one wants him around for the holidays.
Listen, I buy gifts for everybody. I'm good. The only people I don't buy gifts for are kids. I don't know anybody with kids. I literally know no one with children that I could buy a gift for.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Who?
Miles.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, he's still a meatloaf. What's he playing with? He's just gurgling now. I'll buy him something next year when he can play with it. You know, but I don't know anybody with young kids. All my friends, their kids are gone. You know,
That's
they're
because you're
older.
old and near death.
Yeah, look, there's some cousins out there, but they don't talk to me. I ain't getting them nothing. I'm not. I don't get them anything. You know, Jeff Howell from the Monsters. He doesn't buy Christmas gifts for adults. He only buys them for kids. He does not. Like in all my life, I've never gotten a gift from Jeff Howell.
I know. And when you call me cheap, just remember there are cheaper out there.
Yeah. Well, you give gifts though. I mean, this guy he doesn't give S. And
but he's an extremely nice guy.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's the greatest. Yeah, he's the absolute greatest. But he just does that.
I'd say nice.
He has that ethos where he doesn't feel like that's a thing.
And you know what? It's easy. I got a boundary, black and white, and it's easy. He doesn't have to deal with, okay, well, if I give one to Deb and Jim, but what about, the people across the hall? And then if I give it to one salesperson, what about all the sales?
I tell you, I think it's a little different. I tell you what I think it is. I think that, by the way, I think Jeff doesn't give gifts because he feels uncomfortable if somebody gives him something and he didn't plan to give them something back, which is very uncomfortable, by the way. If somebody in the office were to walk up and give you a gift and you did not expect it, you feel like a complete douche. And they will tell you, hey, look, I'm not expecting anything in return. And I'm like, it doesn't matter if you expect it in return or any of that stuff. The fact you bought me something, I felt like there should be some reciprocity here. And
big word, Jack.
And I should be able to, get it back for you. I mean, I feel like I should be able to do that.
Oh.
But I don't. Well, I mean, if
Tom and Dan text and they say they have kids.
Oh, yeah. I would look. They get plenty of stuff. I mean, that Daniel's daughter is only child, and they are she gets swarmed with the stuff. I'm sure.
So is that it? You just look at someone as they got enough.
Yeah, they got enough. Yeah.
They don't need.
They don't need me.
They don't need me. They got plenty of family outside of me.
So why don't you do an angel tree or something?
Yeah.
Or give back.
I did that one year, a couple years ago. I took a guy out and bought his entire Christmas for him.
All right.
And you know what that story was? That was a terrible story.
Yeah.
He was living in a vehicle with his kid. He was living in a truck with his kid. Like they would park in a parking lot, and he had a topper on his truck, and he and a kid, like 8-year-old kid, lived in that truck.
Poor things.
And I just got him a bunch of gas cards. I'm joking. But I got him. I took him into Walmart and Target, and I just walked around. I said, "You tell me what he wants, and we're getting it." And I just bought him Christmas. It wasn't like a ton of money, but it felt good to do that,
Spiritual currency.
Yeah. Then I saw it on eBay the next day.
Another way you can feel good and you can help kids, Jim. You're not buying for kids. The News Junkie Bike Drive is this Thursday.
There you go, Jimmy.
I bought a bike.
Did you really?
I have to put it together.
Where'd you get it?
I bought it from. I did Black Friday at Walmart, and it was delivered 3 days later. I saved $30. And then I went back and bought a helmet.
How much do you spend on them? How much did you, $70, $80? Something like that? Yeah.
And then it was another $20 for the helmet.
Another $20 for the helmet?
Yeah.
So $100.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot.
You got it, though.
I tell you what I'll do.
You light cigars with that.
I'll tell you exactly what I'll do. Jack, I have the perfect idea.
I have to put this one together.
I'm going to take the money I'm going to get you
I knew it.
for Christmas, and I'm going to buy some bikes for Thursday, and then that'll be your gift, is I'm going to give 2 bikes in your name to the bike drive.
I want you to do what is in your heart and what you feel is best.
P.A. McGee is back.
And what you feel will suit you best.
You know what it feels like? We're playing passive-aggressive pickleball here.
Right.
There's your show name, dummy. Passive-aggressive pickleball. That's exactly what we're doing. PA pickleball.
Oh, damn it. What did I have? I had something.
It doesn't matter what it is. Now, how many people do you buy for? Chris and your mom and who else?
Deep Sketch.
Your cousins or your nephews?
No.
You don't buy anything for the nephews?
Generally we'll do gift cards.
Yeah. Oh,
in that way, their mom can get what they want.
Right.
Some holiday, the best holidays we had was the Christmases where we didn't buy any gifts for each other.
We keep saying that, but man, that just seems so odd to even think about it. We say that when we get older, we're just going to gather around.
Yeah, we're not doing it. We're not doing it.
We talked about just doing a trip and calling that good.
Right. But it's nice because then you don't have that pressure.
Yeah.
It's the pressure that kills the season.
I think so too, but
get the right thing. How much do you spend?
Yeah.
What do you get it for?
Yeah. Well, you buy for your mom though, right?
This year, we're not exchanging Christmas gifts.
You are not?
Not with my mom, but her birthday is 2 days after Christmas.
Oh,
so,
I see.
Yeah.
Now, is there a reason for that? I don't mean, I hope I'm not prying or anything. Is it just something you guys decided as a family you're not going to do?
And we had done it for years for a while. and
Really?
yeah.
Damn.
Because I think about it. A lot of people are going to go into debt.
Yeah.
Just for the stuff that they're going to buy for Hanukkah or for Christmas.
Right.
And that's just not a fun way to start off the new year by worrying when that bill's going to come in the mail.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, culturally, do Latino families, do they have big Christmases? Is that a big? I know it's a big.
It's huge.
I know it's a big religious part of
That's the only
Latino
reason.
culture. But I don't know anything about the gift giving. I never really hear about Latino cultures talking about big gifts or spending a bunch of money. I always thought it was just about the family.
Well, family, food. There is some gift exchange. Of course, it depends on the family. The most interesting thing that I remember growing up was my grandmother had the most Mac Daddy nativity scene.
Oh, really?
Oh, Ferris wheels.
Ferris wheel and a nativity scene.
I mean, nativity scene, they'll be as big as a room because they don't do Christmas trees.
Have you seen, Russ's mom does this Christmas village thing. And it's on a table the size of this table that we're sitting at.
Yep.
Have you seen the photographs of it or the video
haven't.
of it? It is bananas.
But for a lot of Latin families, that's what they'll do. They'll put out a nativity scene that will rival your neighbor's nativity scene.
Wow.
And then at midnight on Christmas Eve, that's when you take your baby Jesus and you put him in the manger. After you've gone to Mass and fasted all day, and then that's when you get to eat tamales at midnight.
Yeah. Is that a thing? Is that the thing?
That is a
Tamales
thing.
at midnight.
Yep.
So for us,
you fast all day, and then you have to go to Mass, and then you get to eat.
Oh, I don't know. We have black beans, or no, we have
collard greens,
black-eyed peas on New Year's.
That's right.
But I don't think we have a Christmas. I don't think I have a Christmas thing like that. I don't think our family ever had on Christmas night you have to put baby Jesus in the manger kind of thing. We didn't have anything like that.
Yeah. Well, it's super religious. There is no Santa Claus.
Yeah.
There's
no Santa Claus in a Latino family?
What do you mean?
Yeah, because it's about Jesus.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That's right.
So it's about the birth of Jesus.
Right.
Then
I
there's
thought you were
fireworks
saying-
at midnight.
I thought you were saying there's no Santa Claus. I'm like, what are you talking about?
No. And
fireworks.
There's definitely a Santa Claus.
Because I got a big list.
Oh, huge fireworks.
Fireworks.
And then they'll light lanterns to make it look like the star that guided the wise men.
So that one I know about. Like the
lanterns is really cool.
Like the lantern thing I know about. I had no idea about the fireworks in Latino communities for Christmas night.
Can't speak for all. That was just in Bogota. That was just in Colombia when I was visiting my grandmother.
Wow, really?
But there were fireworks and everything gets started at midnight.
Wow, that's crazy. My grandmother, of course, she was a God rest her soul. She was a very, Pentecostal, very religious, and she would pray like a lot. Christmas night, you would hear in there. She prayed when she went to the bathroom. It was really odd, but she would go to the bathroom and she'd shut the door, and man, you knew the squalling was coming. Because she prayed. My grandmother prayed like prayed.
Yeah,
cried, hollered out.
Oh, really?
Literally, like reading a. It was terrifying if you're a kid. Because you didn't know what the hell was going on in there.
I was going to say, I just remember my grandmother, quietly praying the rosaries. I'd walk by her bedroom. What are you doing, Grandma?
No, ma'am.
Praying the rosary, baby.
That was not the case. That was not the case in my house, man. There was some hollering happening in the house.
No hollering over at our house.
Yeah. Jack, you guys do anything like that? You guys have any traditions, like midnight traditions or anything like that, Christmas night? Other than the cookies and stuff like that?
We used to make cookies. I still have a video when the kids were young that's making cookies, and we'd leave that out with the note for Santa. Sometimes reindeer food as well.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say, gotta leave carrots. Yeah.
On that same video, I have my mom reading my two youngest daughters that 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and then we all gather around the radio. And we turn it on, and we listen to the replay of the Real Radio Christmas Carol.
And I'm sure your family was so happy to hear that for the 30th time. I bet they couldn't wait to get into that living room and gather around and hear that for the 15th time?
Which again on Christmas Eve will play from 8 p.m. until midnight on repeat.
Hey, which one do you use?
The one we did in 2019 down the hall.
Why?
Because
we didn't do any of the ones that we didn't record in high quality, any of the ones we did at like House of Blues or anything like that?
No, for the past 10, 15 years, I was playing one from 2007 and 2008.
Just because of the people in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was time to move on.
Yeah, time to move on.
Yeah.
Do you still do the thing where Jim reads the Gift of the Magi?
Yeah, we have that. I have
Chief and Snoogie, Jeff
Chief
Howell,
and
and
Snoogie
Bubba,
is
God
in
rest
there.
his soul.
Drunky the Bear and Tiffany.
Oh, that's great, man.
Donald and Daniel's DVD Do's and Don'ts. Wanzi and Doug.
Oh, nice.
They did a couple. They always did a different vignette each year, so I have a couple versions of them. And
God, that was such a great
also-
time.
And Bob Fryer reading "'Twas the Night Before
That's
Christmas."
right. Man, do we have enough staff to do that again? I mean, could we pull together enough people to do something like a Christmas thing like that?
I was
or
thinking about because we did it when we
Oh, that was-
in 2019 we did the Radiothon when it was all shows from down the hall.
Right.
We all gathered. We all were here at noon, and we did it live on the air.
Yes.
And that's the version we play. And my biggest problem with that is out of everyone there, that's when I lost my voice, and I sounded like this.
Oh my God! And you were always
I
Cratchit,
Fred,
right?
No, I was Fred, the nephew.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this one we'll have a few people who are no longer with us, but we wish them no ill will. We extend nothing but the best holiday wishes for them and their families.
Yeah.
And I am proud to play that version again, featuring featuring them as well.
How many people would we need? I mean, how many? I mean, do you remember how many people were part of that cast? It was like 15, 16 people or something like that.
It doesn't take that many.
Yeah, it can't take that many.
Yeah, because we all do Cratchit kids, you know.
The
Oh,
monsters have
gravy,
like,
oh,
and
gravy,
the monsters have like 15 members. They could probably do.
Yeah.
That may be kind of fun to do again. I don't know if anybody would be into it. I would be into it. I'd do that again. Something special for the holidays from the station. You should plan that, Jack.
Yeah, I'll get right on it.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. You heard it here first, Deb?
A judge blocks a grocery merger. The trial over Florida's tech law is now set, and who Time Magazine has named Athlete of the Year, as well as a local sports note. We're going to do that next during You Heard It Here First.
You got it. We'll do that right after this and then get the hell out of here on a Tuesday.
What?
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, Central Florida, Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Bergen here. Wednesday, a strong cold front comes through with showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be strong midday. Temperatures crash Wednesday night. Weather impact day for Thursday in terms of how cold it feels in the morning. Feeling like the 30s in the entire area. Afternoon high barely to 60 on Thursday. Calmer winds Friday, sunny. Maybe a shower at the beaches this weekend, but temperatures everywhere should get back well into the 70s.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to save you time and money. Order what you need by 2 p.m. to get it delivered same day. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Hey, everybody. Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. You just heard that gentleman, Michael, call in a little bit earlier and said we saved his life because we told him about Life Imaging FLA. He went in for a scan. Turns out he had 90% blockage in his right ventricle, led him into surgery, which did save his life. I would love to tell you that that is an outlier. That is not an outlier. We hear that story all the time. And one of the main reasons we tell people to get the Life Imaging FLA is exactly that call from Michael, because you just don't know. That's true. And that's being proactive and not reactive. Had Michael waited too long for that symptom could have been sudden death. That's what happens. So get over to Life Imaging FLA and take advantage of this scan. It's free. There are a few minimum requirements, but it is a $699 value. And remember, the entire process only takes a few minutes. There are no dyes or injections. You don't have to take your clothes off. It's very fast, very simple, and very thorough as well. And while you're there, be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. Early detection saves lives. Here's how you make your appointment. Couldn't be easier. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That's it. Pound 250, see the keyword free heart scan. Then they'll connect you. You can make your appointment and finally take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
This is car accident attorney Jeff Kaufman with the injury law firm of Kaufman Lynn. If you hire an attorney solely based off a commercial, you might as well just flip a coin. My advice is simple. Check out their Google reviews. Find out how long they've been practicing law, and actually call them before you sign anything. We're talking about your future. It's important. If you or someone you know is ever in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact us at whenyounneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. Offices, Orlando.
Total Wireless totally has your back this holiday season. We give you up to 4 free 5G phones when you switch to the Total 5G Plus Unlimited plan. That's 4 gifts, 1 store. Plus, enjoy unlimited data that never slows you down. All for $30 a month or less when you get 4 lines. That's a holiday plan we can all get behind. Visit your local Total Wireless store to switch today. Total Wireless, we're totally with you. Actual speeds may vary by location. For data management practices, see TotalWireless.com.
There's no gift that's more beautiful, more versatile, and more meaningful than a gorgeous piece of jewelry. And there's no better place to shop this holiday season than International Diamond Center, where making memorable moments is our specialty. At IDC, we've put together our most impressive selection of can't-miss gifts. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands for every taste and every price range. From diamond classics to the newest, most amazing designer fashion-forward jewelry. And to make it even easier to splurge this season, we're offering 5 years, zero-interest financing on any holiday purchase. So that $6,000 Eternity Band is just over $100 a month. With this special offer, everything is affordable. So come to IDC. Let our non-commission experts help you choose that perfect headliner gift for this holiday season. And spread your payments over 5 years. Get holiday store hours, directions, and finance details at shopidc.com.
I'm Keith, founder and owner of International Diamond Center. Here's wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas.
Altamont Springs, Waterford, and Millennium Mall.
Ooh, should we get an app?
Appetizer? Nah, not for me. Trying to save some money, you know?
You know what you need? The Upside app. Gives you cash back on essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. You could earn up to $10 on every restaurant meal.
Upside? What's the catch?
No catch. Just download the free app, claim an offer, and get real cash back at places like Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Okay, now that's the app I'm getting.
Download the Upside app and get a 10% bonus on your first restaurant purchase. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Be fearless. Be resourceful. Be bold. And become something bigger than yourself. At Valencia College, your GED or high school diploma gets you in. With guaranteed admission and multiple programs to choose from, you'll find your passion and path to a higher wage career. Be accepted. Become exceptional. Apply now at valenciacollege.edu. Classes start January 6th.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
I agree with not buying gifts for adults. What my husband and I do is we have a Christmas party every year. We invite so many of our friends, and then we essentially provide a really nice meal. We do a prime filet. I make a pernil, which is pork shoulder.
Yep.
Puerto Rican pork shoulder. We have coquito, of course. But it's just our way of kind of giving to our friends and saying thank you and just kind of showing that love is giving them a meal and a party.
That's nice.
Also, James, just letting you know, Russ wants to get rid of that nativity scene. So if you want it, you can go ask him for it, and I'm pretty sure he'll give it to you. Technically, Jack, you don't have to put the bike together because there will be people there putting the bikes together.
Ooh.
Unless you're going to be one of them people putting the bikes together, at which point you do have to put it together.
That was
So
confusing.
that's up to you.
Yeah, Jack, that's up
I
to
really
you.
hate when people park over the line.
That's a big do, Jim. This is Santa's helper.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Love it.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every day. Hope you had a really good Tuesday at work. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Let's go Costco.
Yeah, let's go Costco for sure. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have Scott Maxwell. We'll have Animal House. I think Gifu's coming in tomorrow.
Actually, no, we've had a change. Now we're going to have Senior Ambassador Animal Keeper Christina O'Donnell and lead zoo teacher Josh Brandel will be our
Nice.
guest, along with Chipotle,
Okay.
the Savannah Monitor.
Oh, very nice. Okay, good. We'll talk to Chipotle tomorrow. Then.
Exactly.
And don't forget Scott Maxwell at his new time, 4:20 in the afternoon. He chose that, not me.
Also, tomorrow we have another cold front moving into the area, so your lunch hour may be kind of stormy. In fact, anywhere northwest of Orlando, there's an isolated chance for severe weather.
Just because how it's been lately, I grabbed my sweatshirt on. I walked out today, and I'm like, "Oh my! What are you kidding? It was in the 80s.
82 is the high today, and
Yeah.
64 will be the high on Thursday.
Yeah.
So Thursday morning, it's going to be in the 30s and 40s
And
again.
then the next day, right back to 75.
Yeah,
exactly.
The high is 64 on Thursday.
Yep.
That is the News Junkie broadcasting live outdoors outside of Inter and Coast Stadium for the annual bike drive.
And didn't this happen before with the Monsters?
Last year.
Oh my God, dude! It was like 25 degrees when they did this thing last
Yeah.
year.
Last year, it was the coldest day of the year that the Monsters did the broadcast outside the stadium.
Oh, man.
And this year is going to be cold again. However, the Monsters had to be out there, pre 6 a.m. So
Yeah.
at least the News Junkie will have,
Sunside.
sunlight from 11 to 3.
Man.
But that's when people can drop off their bikes at
Very
Inter
nice.
and Coast Stadium. And if you want details, go to our website, realradio.fm/bike.
All right.
And shout out to justcallmo.com for sponsoring it. I think he's going to kick it off with a big donation.
Very nice. Let's do You Heard It Here first.
Oh, boy, let's do it.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on The Jim Colbert Show.
All right, a merger between grocery chains Kroger and Albertsons is being blocked. A judge sided with the FTC today, which argued the merger would have eliminated head-to-head competition between the two chains. It also said it would have led to higher prices for shoppers. The merger was set to be worth $25 billion. The judge's ruling essentially kills that deal. A legal battle over a Florida law placing restrictions on social media platforms is going to last a little longer than expected. A federal judge says the trial to discuss the constitutionality of the 2021 legislation will take place in January of 2026, which is about 2 months later than originally planned. Several tech industry groups, including NetChoice, are challenging the measure, which prevents platforms from banning political candidates from their sites. The law was initially approved after President-elect Donald Trump was kicked off Facebook and X after his supporters stormed the Capitol.
Yeah.
And then real quick, Caitlin Clark is Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. The former Iowa Hawkeye and current Indiana Fever guard had a historic 2024, breaking the NCAA career scoring record in the spring and then winning WNBA Rookie of the Year in the fall. Clark returns to the court with the Fever in the spring of 2025. And then, as I promised, locally, Mackenzie Milton, one of UCF's most celebrated football players, is returning to Orlando as the Knights quarterback's coach.
I'll be damned.
That was announced by head coach Scott Frost today. For those who don't remember, Milton starred for UCF during Frost's first stint with the program. Milton is a UCF alumnus with degrees in sport and exercise science and educational leadership.
Yeah.
And also, real quick, congrats to Jack's Yankees.
Yeah.
Signing an 8-year, $218 million contract with Southpaw Max Fried. It is the fourth largest pitching contract and the largest guarantee in baseball history for a left-handed pitcher.
Let's go.
You know that guy? Is he any good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him.
And you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Thank you, Deb.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that very much. Who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank Frogger's Grill and Bar for their fabulous $25 gift card. And congratulations again to Douglas. Ribbit. Also want to thank Scott Brown with Edgewater Family Wealth. In case you missed It's Only Money, don't worry, Jack puts it on their Jim Colbert Live every night. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube
Yeah, thanks, guys. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. Jack, question of the day?
Yeah, how much do you think Jim should spend on Jack and Deb for the holidays?
Yeah.
I just need to pick out the style of car I want.
What are the choices, Jack? Between $1 and $2 billion?
No, it was. Is it the 500 he originally promised?
Oh, this guy is. I told you I backed off of that.
And the second answer is just more.
I think the amount of money I was going to spend on you guys for Christmas came up on the Monsters today.
It did. It did.
Yeah.
I heard him, and then I immediately.
Rollins has got that big ass. Rollins is like, he's got that big crew, and then at Christmas he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, he said, I'm not doing that. And then
I got like 10 of them.
I texted him. I go, yeah, he's backing down on that 500 number.
Oh, get out of here.
That's what you said.
Well,
just now.
Look,
just said it.
But he told him today. He told him earlier, not now. You should text him tomorrow and say now. Now I'm backing down from it.
I love your relationship.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, coming up tomorrow, Scott Maxwell, Animal House, your calls, text, and talkbacks. More opportunities to win TSO tickets as well. Let's get out of here, Jackson.
Let's do it.
I'm coming too.
Okay, that's fine. You know, I
need
just
gas.
automatically. Do you really? I got mine today. $3.17 a gallon, dude.
I've got 12 miles to empty.
Oh, really? Good for you.
I did the whole Tampa trip and back, and then it's like, I'm going to Costco.
I was
and
going
I'm
to say,
waiting.
he's getting gas at Costco.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, on behalf of Deb and Jack, I'm Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters the morning after us. It's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Tuesday evening.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Yep, you got it, Toyota.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.